you know, eventually you guys probably get like the whole like get everyone healed and all that. But why is it? Sorry, but the stream had cut in and out for a second again, and I don't know why. It does not seem to like when I stream Starfinder with you guys. I feel like it's always fine during Wednesday. Okay, seems like it's working.
Never had you complain on Wednesdays. That's for sure. At least I don't remember.
I think it messed up once during Storm.
Oh well,
But someone's trying to, you know, Wizards of the Coast coming for me. They're trying to stop me doing Starfinder. Fighting me. But yeah, you guys alongside the Wintermorn followed you guys out. You had a journey through the Drift. I think a lot of the Wintermorn crew were probably with you guys. I know probably Jinx and Nehemlith, the red-skinned caster. They probably spent a lot of time on the Wintermorn while in Drift, just to, like, keep it going next to you all, as they were not injured or needed any like psychological stuff going on. Both your client and Neva, the captain of the Wintermorn, hadn't been hooked up to the memory siphon for long, so they were doing okay, although they did need to be kind of carried out. Dizzy got whammied pretty hard and tried fighting you guys on the way out, though clearly had gone through so much turmoil. I think you guys did one hit and he just passed out.
Yep.
Although he did try to build a killer robot to fight you guys, although 2 massive like crit snipes to the face dropped it pretty quick. Alright, so we'll... and then, of course, after some very, very brutal injuries sustained by our android Refine, a lot of recovery time for Refine during the trip home. So, presumably, you know, we did make it to Absalom Station for repair and refit and a buttload of upgrades to the Tuna from all the build points you guys have been accruing from jobs across known space. But we will do some stuff on the ship first. Any role-playing things we kind of glossed over to make sure you guys were able to buy stuff between sessions. So I think let's start off. I say we're gonna start off. Let's start off with Scorpio talking with Dizzy during this. Not it was like a day and a half journey through the Drift, but certainly some downtime to catch up.
All right. I guess the question would be where would Dizzy be during this this time frame?
You know what? Let's toss this over to our ship map. Been a hot minute since we had some downtime here. I think last time we spent a lot. Yeah, there they are. Last time was when we had the Defrex herd fucking running rampant. Get those boys out of here.
Say, where'd they come from?
Yeah, you guys just forgot to unload a whole cargo hold full of critters. I think, honestly, during a lot of it, Dizzy would probably hang out in the cargo hold just to see, like, the insane, you know, extra-dimensional space you guys have for storage. I think you'd probably be into that.
Alright, I think for a little while, like, shortly after, I would let him have his, space just so he could, really think over everything, and... Let's see here. Then what I think Scorpio would probably do is like he'd probably go up. He'd probably be in the galley at first, and then he would put together his he'd get this like stainless steel tray, and on it he'd have like a teapot, 2 cups, a little thing of sugar, and little. I imagine this probably hasn't changed much. A little like squeeze bottle that looks like a bear that has full of honey.
Yeah, the same like plastic bear that's been there before.
Yep, and he's like, so he goes up to the cargo hold, and it's like he tries to find the button to open the door, and then he's just like looks down, he's like, oh crap, my hands are full. Door open, door open.
It takes you a couple tries. I imagine you kind of like eventually get like a knee and hit the button. There, that'll be James' room, and you see Dizzy is kind of just. I'll move him a little bit. Just kind of sitting against the crate. He is still, they're still currently like repairing that quadruped drone that got just like taken apart at the prison. But as you walk in, Dizzy will look up and wave you over to come join.
Yeah. And, slowly walk over, say like, hey, hope I'm not interrupting anything.
They kind of wave their hand past. Was like, no, you're fine. Come take a seat.
He'll come over, and then he'll set down the tea, and it's like, here, my mom always made this would always make us tea when Shotzi or I weren't feeling well. Says warms the heart and the soul. So he'll pour out some green tea for himself and for Siri. It's like, I usually just drink mine as is, but if you want some sugar or honey, you can help yourself. It doesn't offend me.
I think Dizzy probably has like a liberal dollop of honey into the tea. Does the whole like squeezing it out, like lifting it up high, then shaking it back down kind of thing. I appreciate that. It helps settle the nerves. Look, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to take a shot at you all like that. I know we're rivals, but I thought they had me thinking that I was some kind of Vesk agent high up in the organization. I'm sorry.
Sorry. It's okay. That is the first thing I want to ask you. How are you doing? Not just physically, but, and Scorpio taps out of his head, but up here.
You see Dizzy like staring off into the distance. They point toward like the little drone. He's like, well, Digit here is certainly doing better. The drone is like a little, almost like chasing its tail, dog kind of motion in a circle. Dizzy smiles. Me, I spent some time with my crew. I think I got most of my marbles back where they belong up here. Taps the side of their head. I don't know that this is something I'll be able to shake quickly. I mean, we had enough stashes of, healing serums and things like that to get us all squared away, but I don't know. It's hard to shake what happened down there at Tranquility.
Well, just anytime you want to talk, you can call me or text me or anything.
He kind of looks up at you, a little bit of a smile. He's just like, you really mean that, don't you?
Well, of course. Why would I say something I didn't mean? He says it very matter-of-factly.
I guess that's a fair point. You'd be surprised how often people don't stick with that, though.
Considering some of the folks we've worked for, yeah, I'm kind of getting used to that.
Listen, look, I know, it's been kind of a weird back and forth between us. Maybe that's just me, but I thought it was, bit of tension, maybe.
By tension, do you mean, he's sort of like trying to find like the words at first, but he's like, you mean like the sort of tension that ends up with you and me sharing a bed, that kind of thing?
Maybe, but look, back in the club, all those crazy ergothones around us, those death head drinks, I'll admit I was having a bit of fun, being a bit flirtatious, keeping you all away from the captain while she made that deal with Rashay, but I'll admit you've piqued my interest. Maybe more than just a tumble in one of the rooms here. Look, I know we're going to be docked in Absalom for a little bit. The Wintermorn's going to need some repairs, and by the sound of what I overheard your crew talking about, you all made off with a pretty penny after that star medal sale. Maybe we could catch a show or dinner?
Sure, why not both? But I think before we do, I think it's good that we're here talking, because there is something I have been meaning to bring up with you for a while.
Yeah, lay it on me.
Well, you remember, well, we talked about a lot of stuff when we were in the club, but you remember I mentioned that Kasatha singer and cabaret club host show?
I recall you mentioned it, yeah.
Well, the thing is, well, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I think she might be interested in me.
Oh. Dizzy kind of leans back. The crates like creak a little bit. They look a bit surprised. I didn't really consider that. Do you You say that you think that's what they feel. Is there something there from your end?
Well, I'll give you the short version here. Back when I was on Vets Prime doing, my mandatory military training, Friday nights was always free for us, so I'd always go off base to the cabaret club to White Lotus, and it was karaoke night, and I would always go see a show, and we'd sing and maybe dance a little bit, have margaritas, buffalo wings, and it was always a nice time. And and at first it just felt like a regular thing, just it didn't seem like much at first,
Sure,
but
sure.
then, like, the one time, like the week before my last week of training, like, she told me that something important was coming up. She didn't tell me what, but something. And then the next week, after I finally finished my training, I graduated, I was going to go and celebrate. But then I went there, and the receptionist said she was gone. Like, they didn't tell me where she was going or anything like that. She was gone. But she left me this, and he reaches into one of his pockets and pulls out the portable music player.
Kind of just a techie. Dizzy looks it over, interested. It's kind of like looking up at the bulkhead, slowly nodding. I reckon there's a lot of reasons someone could split town fast like that. Could be someone's after
Yeah.
them, made a bad deal, but I don't know. Look, I don't want to step on any toes. And if you just want to have dinner as a thank you for saving me, doesn't have to be more than that.
Oh,
But
look, the thing is, I don't know for sure. It's like here why she gave me this, or like here even if there really is anything there. It is weird. Like it wasn't empty either. She left like one song on here, and hits the play, and it's like, and showing my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words.
Dizzy kind of like tapping his claws on the steel floor. I don't want to get in the way of some sort of romance for the ages. Literally, star-crossed. But let's keep it casual. We'll hang out here on Absalom. I know my crew's got some jobs we're gonna do. Think out near space, maybe a couple out in the vast. If this show stuff comes up, I won't be offended. But before I go back and retire, get some sleep, I'd say, at least my opinion, it's always good to take your opportunities when you can. In our line of work, dangerous as it is, waiting for something else in the future, well, doesn't always pan out that way.
Yeah. I get you. But I was curious. If you're finished with your robot buddy there, how about we move this tea to my room down the hall? He says, being not subtle at all.
Dizzy like chuckles. He's like, I think I'll be all done with my robot. And Dizzy will follow you out.
Right. And I guess just before we fade to black, anyone who walks by Scorpio's room will hear the music player blasting full volume.
Just full volume.
Jungle Love. Oh.
All right. Well, all that's going on. Everyone else has a day and a half as well. Is anyone else doing anything on the ship before we get to our shopping spree? Alrighty. I know at the very least, Agavana, I think I said this last time, Agavana specifically is thanking you all. I know we talked about it because you said, you know, reputation's a bit cleared now, even though it seems like Adamant Scale is still trying to have this whisper campaign, start conspiracy theories that she was running some sort of terror program under Tranquility. But for the most part, it seems people have accepted that she's back to Stoneheart, not being called the Butcher anymore.
I'm probably on bed rest the whole time, but I did want to
go for it.
Try and Agavana had a backup with Charity.
Oh, yeah. You're going to give me a computer's check, see if you're making more progress on that?
Okay.
I think you were pretty close last time. We'll say you're probably working on that over in, like, the tech workshop up here. Ooh. I think with a 30, sitting bolt upright on one of the work tables, it makes it really big when there's no grid. Charity sits bolt upright, reaches for some guns that aren't on its waist, and it's just like, weren't we in a firefight in like a record shop a minute ago? You realize you probably have repaired them at least up to the point where it was Charity Mark 3s and 3 and 4. Those are like the operative and the other one that fought you guys in that one store.
All right. In that case, I'll probably just ask Agavana. If you want, I can try and see if later on I can get it up to the fancier one. But if not, you can take him with you now. But I gotta go bed rest now.
She seemed overjoyed by this. You've done a fine thing here. Charity, I'll fill you in on what you missed. We can go talk. Yes, ma'am. I reckon we do need to talk. This is perhaps the most confusing thing I've ever seen. Yeah, they'll march off and do that.
All right. Then I'll just go in bed rest.
Yeah, then Refine and get some bed rest. Here, let me switch us over to the Packed Worlds map. These guys end up over by Absalom Station. Busy spaceport. You guys make it through like the fleet that constantly rings Absalom, heading, you know, out of the docking area toward more of the central sections. You guys are able to go and get all of your crazy good purchases. I know some people were getting ability crystals and the like. Or I thought they were. Any standout purchases you want to, anyone want to discuss? If not, it's fine. You can buy whatever you need.
After folks, talk about the other perks, I wouldn't mind discussing, especially for the stream and all, everything that's being upgraded for the tuna.
Sure, yeah. What's, you guys, working on it yourselves to make sure everything is up to your strict specifications, but I imagine with all that BP, part of that expenditure is like helping hire people to equip all this stuff to your ship. So yeah, you guys, taking a few days, repair and refit. What all big changes do you have to your ship?
So Shaw kind of spearheads this a bit because he's had a lot of ideas with a lot of the BP rolling around, and I think you definitely see some ideas of the military pilot in him of wanting to the changes that he might never have gotten to make to his old ship, and they're pretty significant. So noting everything that's happened since the last one, first and foremost, you see the ship as being, up armored. You know, there's gonna be new plates of nanocarbon and other materials, you know, being strapped to it. So for a gameplay standpoint, that means it adds an additional instead of from +1 to +4 to the ship's armor class. Most of all, you see the main reactor bay laid open as an enormous pulse orange reactor core is loaded into the middle of it, which will give us short version enough power to do almost whatever we want to the ship for the foreseeable future.
Holy hell.
Yeah, it's a 250 power core. So it was a lot. The chain gun that Scorpio has used more than once has now been upgraded to a twin-linked one. So now you have 2 barrels of rotating death to rely on.
What is this, Warhammer? Getting twin-linked in here?
You can actually do that with the ship's guns. If you have 2, you can do 2 of the same gun if you have 2 mounts on the same thing.
Oh,
it doesn't use as much power.
That's
so
right.
basically you treat it as a single attack.
No, that makes sense.
So,
right,
and it means the
barrels
chain.
of death.
So it means the chain gun now does 12d4 damage on a hit.
Ooh, that's spicy.
And then in the front, the missile launcher that was there has been taken out and has been replaced with the same kind of twin convergent laser that you saw the Wintermorn using. So the big forward gun they have, the big twin laser.
Yeah.
That's now been installed in the front and the forward heavy mount.
If Jinx sees you guys upgrading that there pilot, probably, giving you the nod, like, that's right. That's a good choice.
So, for gameplay terms, it actually does more damage than the missiles do, and it's not limited by ammunition.
Nice. That's a huge difference, yeah, not getting the limited number of missiles per battle.
Mm-hmm. And then at the back, you see a small laser turret being installed just under the back cargo bay, above the cargo door. This is a laser net. And for the main gunner, so I would assume that would be James Wilco, he would have the forward laser, and this also is a rear-mounted point defense weapon that can actually shoot down incoming missiles or shoot somebody who gets too close to behind us. So you got that and the main gun on the front.
Wait, how much does the main gun do?
5d8.
What does the turret do?
The back turret only does 2d6. The chain gun does 12d4. So they both do a roughly similar amount. I think the chain gun is halved damage against shields, is the thing. So if the shields are still up, you have the damage for it.
Gotcha. So good to chew through once you knock them out with the big guns.
Yeah, and it's also short range. The main gun in the front is long range.
Right. So the turret is the chain gun, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the last bit of it, this was one I was talking about with Ben, and this was one that I think I didn't realize, and I think given Shaw's history of having had a ship shot out from under him, makes sense, and I didn't realize that until So I have the largest shield generator we can install on a medium-sized ship put into this ship, which to me I was like, cool, we can max it out now. I accidentally put in the shield generator from an Immortal class heavy cruiser on here.
Ah, that's fine. Surely that won't be crazy.
So
we should shields.
Yeah, so we have 50 shield points on each facing now, 200 total. So yeah, the ship has been very heavily upgraded. A lot of focus on making it more survivable, but also a lot more firepower.
Hell yeah.
Oh, and I also upgraded with the final build point, I upgraded the computer so we can use the +1 bonus 3 times now instead of 2.
Nice. Real good computer. And I just was reminded of this when I was checking my notes. If you guys ever decide that you need more cash apart from like the main plot points, you can always seek out additional jobs if you contact your organizer, Tarika. But it is not always necessary.
So that sums up the changes that have been installed onto the Tuna. So
Sound awesome, by the way.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Any other big things on the station before events shall begin unfolding?
was gonna see if anybody wanted to do a side job for a few extra credits or anything. I don't know what that would involve, but
I mean, sounds good to me.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I will vote. My vote is yes as well.
And we will get to our new friend very soon.
yes.
All right. I would say, yeah. You guys want to hit up Tarika? See if she's got any stuff floating around.
Yeah, something something small. Yeah, something we can.
And she's actually on
make a little
Absalom
money.
for the foreseeable future right now, so you guys can just go meet up with her down by the docks.
Yeah.
She's gonna give everyone a big hug like normal. You all are going from being bounty hunters to delivery drivers. You're going all over the place, but she kind of like, you know, points at the massive gun being like attached to your ship. You're like, looks like getting some big payouts though.
Very much so.
Oh, Miss Tarika, it's like they told us in Vensk military training: improvise, adapt, and overcome.
Hell yeah. All right. She's like, so you all are, well, I got something big I'm working out some details on right now, but you all need some stuff to do in the meantime?
Wouldn't mind if I had a little something to do while you're working that out.
Yeah. All right. She checks her data pad. And she's like, yeah, looks like, you all remember when you had that run in, with some of those hobgoblins a while back?
Very much so.
She's like, well, the G'dayan Authority, I know that they're doing some stuff. They wanted some kind of artifact or artifacts plural transported somewhere. They're offering to pay about 20 BP, delivering to San Sorgus. If everyone wants to make a culture check on San Sorgus, you know it's a world relatively near here. All right, I think you guys would know you know, the basics about it here. Sangoris is a rather arid, but it's an incredibly mineral-rich planet in near space. So just a quick jump from the Pact Worlds. It was notably being mined by the Marixa Republic, which was controlling the planet you guys just did that last mission on. But mining has been temporarily halted as conflict with the G'dayan Authority has begun. Hobgoblins seem to think that they have their own claim to it. Does that interest you all? From the sound of it, just a quick delivery mission, but I understand if you don't want to work with those hobgoblins again. Well,
Shaw kind of
anything else.
Shaw kind of grimaces and looks over at Scorpio and the others. I hate to be picky, but at the same time, I also don't love working for those guys again.
I'm gonna see if there's any bounties available anywhere.
I'd say you want to give me a diplomacy check to read around, or I guess
I was more asking the group if they would rather go for bounties.
Okay. Go for it.
I'd be interested. We can see what's available.
I'll put some feelers out.
Yeah, I think Shaw looks back at Tarika. I appreciate that one, but after the run-in we had with them back on the other, with Vogue and all his folks, I'm not necessarily certain I care to take their money, if I'll be completely honest, unless I really have to.
Oh, I hear you.
What are some of the other options? I mean, I look over at the group. Do you all agree with that, or? I don't want to speak out of turn, but it doesn't quite sit right with me, at least.
Um,
Although I guess Scorpio is the only person who was here for that at this point, right now.
She's like, well, I know there's a company called Moonlighters that's got some jobs that need doing. I could put you in contact with them. They're looking for one-time job, independent contractors kind of thing.
Okay, let's see what they have to say.
Yeah, I can put you in contact with their boss. Yeah, they are a host Sheeran, Scarlin Gniz.
What kind of work do they do? Do you know?
She kind of, you see her scrolling, kind of biting her lip, frown a little bit. She's like, well, according to the ad, these jobs come from, and she like puts like, you know, finger quotes up with her hand, confirmed legitimate parties who pay Moonlighters to find someone to get the task done. Sounds to me like Moonlighters might just be kind of a middleman company, taking a slice out, finding contractors to do jobs for clients who don't want public attention. That being said, I can't see any large crimes or anything connected with them, so either they're really good or at hiding stuff, or they're not terrible. Not evil, you know? Well, if you're looking for, I can set up a meeting, if that's what you're interested in.
Yeah, you can have a quick talk with them. And then, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, she's like, yeah, just let me know. I'll give them a call, find a meeting spot for you guys.
Okay.
All right. If you're into that, she send some quick messages. And she's like, all right, you all, here, I'll upload it to your data pads, but there is a eating spot called Noodles Between. I think you could probably meet him out there.
It's a fantastic name.
I really like Noodles Between. It's fucking outstanding.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Looks like he's willing, or sorry, excuse me. Looks like they're willing to meet you for lunch today. I guess just head over whenever you're ready.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, sounds good. Scorpio will text Dizzy, said, got a job lined up. We can hang out later.
You see Dizzy takes second replies. No problem. Get done when you need to get done. I'm souping up our ship right now. Message me when you're good to go.
And in response, he just sends like the blushing kissy face emoji.
Sends back a little like a pink heart, pink and purple heart, to match his scale tone.
Yeah, and like you all notice that Scorpio's guy's looking basically much more dopey happy, even more than he usually does.
Beautiful.
I'll this place that they want us to meet us at, is it inside or would there be anything outside that would have a view on it?
Let me read the description again. It is in the what you're seeing. We're seeing a bit like there's some closed off areas, but a lot of this intersection is like next to a shopping area. So it's pretty wide open. Like there's a lot of rooftops around. Like I'd say there should be curved rooftops on all the sections with like a black outline.
Right. I'll just to play it safe, I'll use the cloaking field and set up on a nearby rooftop just to watch over the meeting.
I'd say, put yourself wherever you want on the map right now. We'll say, like, you're on the roof where that is. I think, honestly, you could take 20, climb up there easy. You guys are not exactly in a rush.
Yeah. Just no offense, you guys seem to be a lightning rod for backstabs and betrayals.
Oh.
That's fair.
Unfortunate, but true.
It's a fair point.
It's one of the reasons I didn't care to work for... I don't mind working for most folks, but those hobgoblins were a particular brand of scum. I don't mind taking a payday, and then obviously we would take in bounties and whatnot. Don't mind getting my hands dirty occasionally, but don't necessarily enjoy working for slavers.
Fair. All right. So you all would be coming in, unless you're hiding up on a roof somewhere like James. Would be coming in from kind of around the bend. There's places to order inside, but you all have been given the description, and you see the host Sheeran up ahead. This is Scarlin Gniz, the head of the Moonlighters Company. It's just a phenomenal bit of art there. I love his suits so much.
So gorgeous.
It's like, it's like it's like that episode of Rick and Morty with the bugs in the.
Oh, all the bugs in the suits. No. I didn't even think about that. No, that's absolutely true. Okay. Clearly, I mean, you see them up ahead. Probably they wave you over. I'm gonna put our new friend also eating in this noodle shop. All right. As they wave you guys over, come take a seat. You all are looking for work with my company?
Yes.
Excellent. Well, we have some various jobs available, two primary ones. As they begin to, like, rattle off the job and explain the specifics, let me have everybody give me a quick perception check in this, like, crowded thoroughfare.
I keep telling myself every level, I'm going to put some skill ranks in perception, and I never do.
It is the most used skill in the game.
I have it maxed out.
That makes sense. You're a sniper.
Yeah, my Roll20 just crashed.
So did.
Yeah.
All right, I was about to bring that up because everything else looks like it's working for me internet-wise, except Roll20.
Mine also crashed.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Might be on the site. Second, then hold on. Let me open up the status site.
Should we all refresh at the same time?
Status
Increase
site
the chance.
says it's green. Oh, it just popped back in for me.
It's
All right,
thinking.
yeah, I see. Same. I'm good here.
Yeah, I can see everyone like reappearing along the bottom part.
Website burped.
That was interesting. Okay, back to where we were. Perception checks. Refined doing a bit better than her robot. Not a classic Nat 20 refined perception check, but it'll do.
Mine is surprisingly not terrible.
5. I don't see. Wait, I only see Scorpios and refines. Did anyone else roll?
I rolled right before the website crashed. I got a 17.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had a 17. What did you get, James?
I got a 27.
Oh my god. Let me make my own fucking rules here. Okay. In that case, I think this is
something at least.
just James is gonna see this. You see, a few people approaching from seemingly different parts of the market. At first glance, they would have seemed to just be strolling, maybe gonna go get some noodles, maybe gonna go around the corner, do some shopping. But from that high up vantage point, James, you can see that every so often they look like they are like touching their ears for like comm traffic. It looks like they're coordinating their movements and seemingly trying to surround the party. I'm gonna send an image of what exactly they're looking like.
Okay, weird guy sort of sitting nearby because he's clearly creeping.
Clearly creeping. All right. It looks like a 3 Vesk They seem very similar looking, enough so that you would assume they might be related. If perhaps not immediately related, then part of some broader family.
Whereabouts on the board are they?
Oh yeah, I'm dropping in the actual tokens. Basically coming from 3 different directions down the thoroughfare. If you imagine this, like, outside eatery area is, like, almost, like, middle of the road, so you can, like, see all the crazy, like, lights of the cityscape of Absalom behind it. But yeah, they're coming in from those 3 different directions.
Would I be able to pop off a shot?
That's up to you. You are in a crowded place, but perhaps they're going to pop off shots anyway. I would say dealer's choice. What do you think James would do in this scenario? I'd say I don't think you'd have a clear shot on the one here, because technically he's between, like, 2 buildings almost. I think you got a clean line of sight, though, on either of the other 2, top or far right.
I might just quickly send a message to Refine saying, heads up, you got assholes on the way.
I'm going to just probably have SB aggressively poke Shaw in the leg.
All right.
You
case...
it's the femoral artery. He bleeds to death.
Severs it immediately.
And I'll pop off the cloaking field.
All right, cloaking field pops off. You see your prospective employer's like, "Oh God, he's bleeding from the leg."
So
right.
Shaw notices it and he's like, I think you see him tense up a bit.
I would say definitely no surprise rounds or anything here because you clocked that from your sniper's nest. Let's click tokens and roll initiative. I'm going to work on editing your token to show stuff right now for our new friend.
I'd say probably with that 5 perception roll, I'd say Scorpio Sky is probably just digging into his bowl of ramen, just slurping up. Man, your stuff's really good. Like, what do they put in this broth?
I will say they say it's the best noodles on Absalom, so for what that's worth.
Ah, it's so
really good
noodles.
noodles.
Still enjoying it.
Just full head in the bowl of noodles, unaware that 3 other Vesk are creeping up. It's fucking amazing.
Total anime style, just shoveling them down.
Yeah, I was definitely picturing like Goku just inhaling.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Bowl after bowl.
He's just like, keep him coming, keep him coming.
Like combat ends and he's still eating. Like the
host Sheeran, they don't really have a lot of expressive features on a host Sheeran. You can tell from the head tilt that your prospective boss is just fucking fascinated by the meal in front of them. Just like, wow, you're really chowing that down pretty quickly there.
And then a shot rings out.
Yeah, and then crack. So I would say, James, go ahead and make an initial shot. Oh, you're up first. That's perfect.
Let me just
Oh, my roll 20 is being slow.
I think I get a +3 to the you get a +10 bonus to stealth checks. Until you move.
Yes.
So whatever this is +10.
Okay, your token should be saved for future use, Kieran. Alright. That'll absolutely cause a trick attack. You kidding me? 32?
Yeah.
For it?
God damn it.
Oh my god. I think even flat-footed that's not quite gonna do it. Which one was this at?
That one.
Did you ping? Oh, there we go. God, my roll 20 is seizing up. I think perhaps James not wanting to, catch heat from the stewards or any other local law enforcement. You're trying to very carefully avoid just slotting an innocent civilian.
Like I got him up, and at the last minute, someone walks into the
It's exactly.
Scope, and I'm like, shit.
Like, jerk it to the side. So the person just like looks like a dwarf, follower of Abadar. Looks like he's part of a Abadar Corps. It's like duck. It's like, oh gods, and it is all popping off.
The bowl hits Scorpio's. The bullet hits Scorpio's bowl of noodles.
Noodles everywhere, hot bone broth just spilling around.
Hey, what gives? This bowl's defective.
You hear like screams and running. People start like, absolute pandemonium here, at least for the first couple rounds. You guys can make acrobatic checks to avoid it, but if you fail the acrobatics check, it'll, or athletics if you want to just brute force it, it'll be difficult terrain.
Start clocking civilians.
You're in the way. Just full artillery laser.
That one skater I punched just happens to be here as well.
Yeah, she's like fresh out of like reconstructive surgery, just like the bone around my eye is finally stable. Oh god! All right, it's all popping off in the marketplace. So James, you want to take any movement after that? Because you can still move after your initial snipe, right, with your ability?
I think I have to move.
But...
no, I'm just gonna stay put. Keep the cloaking field up.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean you got a good vantage point. Why not? Let's toss it over to Shaw.
Shaw looks over. Once, just once, would a job go right, please? And with that, he stands.
Not with the enemies you guys have accrued.
Grabs the Storm Dashko off of his back, because he doesn't want to start going nuts. And this is the first time you've actually seen him wield the Ancestral Vesk weapon.
Hell yeah.
Ignites the blade, and then full-on move towards the guy nearby. Scorpio, behind you, 20 feet.
I think they definitely, you see the Vesk probably hesitate as they see like the ancestral weapon being drawn.
Well, and the blade thunders to life, and you hear the crack of lightning in the ozone. And I'm going to go straight for the guy at the lower right. So athletics check, I'm just going to plow through the crowd.
I will say, give me an athletics check, see if you have speed or not. And then if we can do it on each of your turns, so James, we can retroactively do one for you. But the pair of you can make culture checks. James, you are getting that bounty hunter bonus on this roll.
Okay. Sorry, culture. What was the roll again?
Sorry, yes, it is culture. Shaw, okay. That is enough athletics check. You're gonna have regular speed for the round.
Alright, straight at this guy.
And James, how much are you adding from the other bonus? +2, right?
Let me just
Or no, it reduces the DC or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, the DC was 25, so I was thinking +2 would make it, but you've reduced it to 20, so 23 still makes it.
Nice.
You would know that this is the Hoffergek family. They usually operate out of the Spike, which is like that. I'll move your token up in a second. The Spike is like the long pillar section coming out the bottom of Absalom Station. It's where like a lot of like the less savory areas are. But the Hoffergek family, they have a lot of various agents to different things. They have very lucrative contracts, but are often contracted by crime families. Most prominently, they do a lot of work for the Golden League.
God damn it.
For who?
The Golden League. I think the pair of you were not there when the crew has had rumbles with the Golden League before. That was I think they did mention it briefly. This was like the Drow people that like they got jumped a while ago.
Yep.
Oh, I heard something about that, but I didn't investigate further.
Yeah, the Golden it's like very old crime syndicate essentially.
Okay. Yeah, Roland's Drow crush is now trying to kill us.
Yeah. I'll pop up his art in a second.
All right. Let's see how this goes. All right. One big attack with the Storm Dashko.
Hell yeah. Swing it, baby. 19, and it is electricity. That'll hit.
So, all right. So round it down, I guess. So 20 damage.
Seems to almost bloody this one instantly as you cut into her scales. And I don't think I specified this, but James, you would have recognized them primarily from those tattoos they had on. Devastating initial blow. She staggers back away from Shaw, which will toss it over to Refine.
Do like a little spin flourish with the Dashko and then bring it back in a ready guard stance across the front.
Ooh, beautiful.
Should SB be before me, or?
Oh, I don't think it sorted that one out right. Yes, hold on. I think SB came in right after I hit sort, but yes, SB is next.
Okay. SB's probably just gonna move. Really just onto the head of this guy.
Hell yeah.
Climb up onto the head of this guy. And that's it for now.
You see Scarlin Ganese. What the? Wow, why is your machine? Why is it on me? Alright. We're fine. As your machine climbs up.
Alright. Just gonna move down here and then shoot at the one that Shaw attacked.
Go for it. Oh, you do have to make your athletics or acrobatics to get not.
Even though I only moved 15 feet? I think that was
oh,
that
if
not
that's already halved, then yeah, don't bother.
Yeah, that was halved.
Yeah, so you're fine.
Alright.
All good. Alright, that was not the one that was made flat-footed by James. Okay.
Alright. So, with that being the case, it's probably not going to be using the remaining Diath rounds that we have. So it's going to use, would probably be using her other gun that uses battery. Oh shoot. It's not the attack, that's the equipment. There we are. I assume that's not gonna hit.
No. No, 14's not enough. So you kind of like ducks down, impacts. You seem to just like take that in stride.
Alright, that's it.
Alrighty-o. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Sorry, my Roll20 is still being a bit finicky. Okay. Tossing it over to a new face on the scene, seeing this combat spring out amidst the tables of the noodle shop. Kieran, you want to describe what you're looking like as you surge to your feet?
Yeah, so I couldn't figure out how to make my token have 4 arms, but I technically have 4 arms. And you know, I'm somewhere around 12 feet high. Well, I guess I am considered a large creature.
Are you large?
Sorry.
I didn't realize you were large sized.
Yeah, I'm large.
Hold on. Change the token.
Sorry. I'm not used to being large, so I'm not used to seeing my token as large.
Just forearming all these noodles.
Yeah.
Just multiple, 2 different, like, each set of arms holding a different flavor of ramen.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And so I want to step up. And we'll kind of just go around this table over here. Or we'll reach down and stab that guy with claws. As I grow claws and stab that guy.
The bug guy?
Or, yeah, is that the guy who's attacking?
Oh, the bug guy doesn't seem to be. You're the potential job those guys are being offered. He looks like he's captain.
Oh, okay. Sorry. This guy?
Execute him
it's
anyway.
all the
Execute him anyway.
I will say, from your original spot, I think you were 1 higher. I think you would. This is gonna be an easier DC for your athletics check to not move half because you're enormous. Just pushing people out of the way.
Oh, I didn't even see that guy up.
Yeah, there's one dude up. The guy up is already flat-footed because of James' initial snipe.
Okay. Yeah. Hello.
All right, give me an athletics check to move normally, and then if you want to rush that fellow.
Yeah. So, athletics check.
You also see this enormous 4-armed individual rise from the table, wading through the crowd. Go ahead, sorry.
I guess, would I have my armor on? Is this like a...
Yeah,
I don't know if
armor
it's... Okay, I didn't know if it was, like, considered rude to just
No,
walk around.
that's pretty in keeping with Absalom's aesthetic.
Okay, cool.
All right. 11. Reduced. Okay, yeah, because it's 15 original. That does work.
Okay. I have 35-foot movement, but...
Oh, you still got space then if you want to keep moving. I think you only move 20.
Oh, no, I can reach him. I have 10-foot reach.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna stab him.
All right. Go ahead and bring your weapon to bear. You guys see almost like bestial claws extending out. It's wham! Slamming in. Seems to be crackling with electricity. Into the one over here. Dealing 13. Not quite bloodied, but you see the Vesk stagger back in surprise. Also, I just realized for some reason it had them on the GM layer with their initiative, but they're going to be after you.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why it
Scorpio is still mainlining noodles.
Yeah, I still got noodles in 3 out of 4 hands.
Beautiful. All right, that'll be over to them. All right, let's see.
How the turntables.
The turns will be tabling. That is a fact. How dare you guys spread out for my AoEs? You monsters.
Fireball.
Not fireball.
There was enough of that last night.
I was a shitload of fireball last night.
Yeah.
Look, you challenge a bunch of dragon mages, you're gonna get fireball. That's just the way. It's the way of the world.
Well, very much did it.
It's your fault for not being an Ancients paladin.
I will show their art again to reference what I'm talking about. You see their throats begin to swell as they step toward 3 of you.
Oh, I know what this is.
A spew of green acid surges forward. I need a reflex save from Kieran, Scorpio, Shaw. And I think you guys have discussed this in chat already. These are indeed dragon glands.
I have a question then.
Yes.
So my character has points, and I gain 1 per round, but only if it's considered a significant fight. And I'm not sure what that means. So is this
This is a significant fight, yeah. Basically, the distinction there would be like if we were just role playing something, you guys beat up a dude at a bar and we like didn't really roll it out. That's not a significant fight.
Oh, okay.
But if you're like in combat, then it counts.
Okay. Cool.
I will admit that is very vague. All right, Scorpio, that's a fail. Damn, you laid that on thick. Scorpio's gonna take 12 acid. Shaw and Kieran pass. Shaw, so Scorpio takes 12. Shaw, you take 14, half to 7. And Kieran, you take 10, half to 5. And remember that does come out of your stamina before you get to health.
Okay. Do we do stamina bars in the specific location or no?
I don't usually have a stamina bar up. You could probably turn either the blue or the red one into stamina if you wanted.
Okay, cool.
I might be able to link that actually. Let me see. Oh, it's definitely listed as something weird. I'll look into it. It's one of those. It's definitely listed as not stamina in the attribute table. I'll figure that out. But yes, it is removed from stamina. All right. That appears to be all they're going to do.
Sorry. How much damage was it? It was.
You took 10, half to 5, because you passed the save.
Okay, perfect.
Alright. Going back to Scorpio, having been disturbed from his noodles.
Yeah, it's like feeling that here. It's like Scorpio finally looks over. He's like, "Hey, man, I was trying to eat that."
You see, like, her cock her head a little bit. She's like, I don't give a fuck what you were eating.
Roomba just be like, oh, that is rude.
Yeah, I know, right? Alright. Alright, so since we're in melee, Scorpio will go ahead and draw his tactical star knife, and right, I'll go ahead and take. Yep. So let's go ahead and roll that attack. I'm not moving. I'll go ahead and keep him melee here, so I'll go ahead and bop a full attack here.
I think it only rolled 1, yeah.
Oh. In that case, you know what? I'm more of a stick and move style, so yeah, I'll just tell you what. For that, I'll just stick with the one here, but I'm assuming 13 doesn't hit.
No. The Vesk is able to parry that out of the way.
Alright, that case, let me go ahead and roll my acrobatic. I'll roll acrobatics, try to move with the crowd. Alright, 18. Alright, now, as I start to move away, they can take attack of opportunity. My mobility feat gives me +4 to both my ACs.
Oh, nice. Okay. Just wanted to put that in the chat. When you said 27 earlier, that was extremely specific, James. I put it in the Roll20 chat, but literally part of their before combat stats is if you don't succeed at DC 27, they get +4 to initiative.
Yeah. I think I rolled a 15. I have a 12 in perception.
Well, you nailed it exactly. All right, that was Scorpio, so let's go back to the top with James.
Oh, well, like I said, I'd moved away, so they could get an attack of opportunity.
I thought you had 5 foot stepped away. Or guarded stepped. Then they will try.
But because my mobility because I have mobility and it gives me +4 to my AC.
Right, okay. They do have their pistol in one hand, they have a survival knife in the other. 20, not nat.
With the +4, that will miss. Bumps it up from 18 to 22.
Knife to knife, you spark parry that away.
Alright, then I guess I'll bop over here next to Refine, just say can you believe these guys interrupting our meal like that?
Oh god. No,
And then, yeah, that'll do.
Rather unpleasant.
Alright, now it'll be James.
The one that Shaw hit is already looking pretty rough, right?
Yeah, that axe swing looked like it pretty much bloodied the first person.
Alright, I'm gonna try to end him instead.
Go for it. You sight up over Shaw's shoulder while he's in that defensive posture. That will trigger him going flat-footed.
Even if you miss, that means he's flat-footed against my swing.
Yeah.
True.
Good.
Got flat-footed on. 17, that will hit.
Thank God.
This dude this woman is barely clinging to life as a massive hole burns through the lower part of the abdomen. You think a stiff breeze would kill her in this scenario? Shaw.
Shaw kind of tilts his head slightly. Good idea. Full attack, Storm Dashko.
Nice. With flat-footed AC as well. That'll be beautiful. Let's see. Both hits. Dude, the Doshko has unlocked your rolling potential. Barely alive, you strike with 2 savage swings of the Storm Doshko. Lightning ozone smell fills the air. First of the Hafrigek family that showed up drops.
All right, I will 5-foot step towards the one that's currently menacing our employer.
Gotcha.
That's my turn.
Let's toss it over to SB the robot. You know what?
Okay, so
Make this thing have an actual name, so I keep forgetting to do that. Go ahead.
SP is probably just gonna reposition to try and get like as in the way of the ability for the guy to hit our employer as possible.
Oh, okay.
And then shoot at the guy.
All right. Kind of crawling across the Hive Sheeran's body to provide the most cover. Go for the shot from its integrated weapon. Whew, that'll definitely hit EAC. This one had not been hit yet, but that's a solid blow with 9 electricity. Any other actions from SP, or toss it over to Refine?
That's it.
Go ahead.
And Refine's also just gonna take a shot at that same one.
15. That will hit EAC right now, yes.
Alright. Cool.
Alright. That is 13. That one is bloody now.
Nice.
Toss it over to our big boy evolutionist. What's your play?
I plan on once again stabbing the guy in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, how do full round actions work?
When you click the weapon or roll it, and it asks you if it's a full attack, if you do the full attack, you'll make 2 swings at a -4 penalty.
Oh, a -4 penalty. Ooh. I'll just make 1 swing. And stab
that.
it. Yeah.
Bestial Claws /4. That is another hit, knocking this one below bloodied as well.
Excellent.
Alright. Even as your mighty claws rake across this one, it's going to go back to our assassins. We'll start with the one in front of Kieran. He is going to make a stealth roll here. Much like our lovely sniper, but a bit more close up. That is a success. You're flat-footed against this operative. So flat-footed in this it's a flat -2 to your AC values. So does almost certainly, but does a 25 hit your EAC -2 for Kieran?
A 25 will hit my EAC. Yeah.
All right. So.
But I do have a question.
Yes. Go ahead while I'm looking for my other dice.
Let's see. I have an ability called Unflankable. I don't know if that makes me.
You can't get flat-footed from being flanked, but you can still be flat-footed from a trick attack.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure.
Woo! Big hit. All right, that's gonna be 19 electricity damage.
19 electricity.
Straight to the gut on a quick draw. The one over here is. I think this will be on Refine from that last snipe here. He will back up some.
What, he doesn't want me to come stay high next turn?
No, most certainly not. Question is, how far can he get while still being in line of sight? Alright, that's about as far without dropping past the building. Alright, Refine. Check to make you flat-footed. That does succeed for sure. What's your EAC -2, Refine?
12.
Oh, yeah, okay, it hits. It hits.
Yeah.
Alright, with the extra trick attack, that is going to be 18 damage.
All right.
Seems to hit you like a very like central cluster of like nodes in the android body. Just freeze up a bit. And the third one got chopped the fuck up by a Doshko and some sniper rounds. So it'll go to Scorpio.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move forward a little bit. So I'll go ahead and roll my acrobatics through the crowd.
Yes. And this will be the last round that there is a crowd. So next round you don't have to worry about it.
All right.
As they ran the
All
fuck
right,
away.
26.
That'll work. You can move freely.
Go ahead and bop up here. All right. As he's walking forward, you'll see Scorpio will draw his brand new hand cannon, and I'll go
Hell
ahead and take
yeah.
a shot at this guy. Oh, I ping him. Yeah, this guy.
Alright, you level the new hand cannon down the side street. Excuse me. Oh,
All right.
This one as well, looking barely alive. As it just takes the slug. Seems to miss the heart, but a large outflowing of blood soaking the vest. The vest on the vest.
Yeah, it's like you still owe me for that bowl of ramen, jackass. Now it'll be my turn.
James.
I'm gonna try to end this one.
Hell yeah, go for it. After those brutal evolutionist claws, not looking incredible. He's not CR22, so that will make him flat-footed. This is what I keep telling people about the fucking operative. It's the most unnecessary roll. It just always happens. Oh my god. Even as this Vesk is reeling back from like these huge claw wounds, like what a bestial attack in a futuristic battle, just takes a fire round to the head and drops.
Speaking of unnecessary rolls, you know in 5e how they have reliable talent at 11?
Yes, I believe so.
1 D&D is moving it to 7.
I mean, that's a choice. That's a choice you could make.
I love it.
When does
Good,
I don't
'cause
know
that-
when 1D&D comes out? I feel like I've like somehow missed all of the news about it, except the fact that people were pissed about druids a while ago.
They constantly release a playtest for it, so it's still in the works, but it is...
Gotcha.
It's effectively D&D 5.5 because it's the same framework. They're just tinkering with some of the wordings and
That's what it seems like. It
features.
doesn't really seem like a whole new addition. Okay. But that aside, absolutely domed that one guy. Shaw, I think, yeah, this is the round the crowd has cleared, so I doubt he got out of range of you if you want to run up.
He did not. I just measured that.
Nice, okay. Shaw
So 25 feet.
barreling around the corner.
So
All the,
Just
you know,
noticed something.
loose ramen bowls in the kitchen in the next room are just like shaking and rattling from your fucking footsteps.
one thing that I just noticed, Scorpio and I have slightly, our health should be the same, but he has slightly more, I think. We'll check that out later.
They should be.
I thought we were both at 42. Or I'm at 4. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. I just
Okay.
noticed our totals are different. That's a later problem. Yeah. Shaw comes tearing around the corner, and brings the Doshko down in a massive overhead downward swing.
Let's go. Oh my lord, dude, the Doshko was the answer apparently. Just
Apparently, I'm an axe man, not a hammer man.
I guess so. Not like a full clean cut, like actually cutting this dude in half, but from the like right shoulder, just cutting deep into the torso, leaving a massive wound. Immediate death onsets. We are out of combat. Let's change.
I am immediately going to send a message to all the crew saying, don't let our new client know that they might have been here for us. Let's play it like they were here for him. And we just...
Oh, that's pretty spicy. That's a good idea.
Yeah, Scorpio won't say anything. He'll just give a nod. And if any of you look his way, you'll see he'll take his new hand cannon, give it a little bit of a twirl on his finger, and then holster it.
I'll jump jets right down next to the our new client.
Hell yeah.
A show of
You
force.
You see Shaw kind of has a moment of satisfaction, gives the Dodgeko a nice twirl, nice kind of a Aikido style spin before deactivating the blades.
We will just slowly crawl off of this guy onto the table.
It kind of like shove the robot away. What in the devil was that thing doing on me? What's going on?
Assassins.
What? What do you mean assassins? Why would
Have
they...
assassins ever come for your company people before?
No. They were here for me?
I mean, I've seen their markings before. They're definitely assassins.
Ooh, okay. I'd say give me a fucking bluff check there.
God, just have to be bluff.
I will say definitely a lower DC because that's a pretty convincing lie. Perhaps I'm not entirely sure that's what's going on. He kind of they like straighten up their tie. Look, I don't want to spend all day in a steward station answering questions about this. I don't know about the lot of you. Perhaps we should continue this at a different locale.
Very much so.
I have
nice
a small
ice cream
warehouse
stand.
nearby. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying I know a nice ice cream stand.
We'll hit that. We'll hit the ice cream on the way. We'll grab that en route.
Yep. Scorpio will go over to our new Varge friend, say like, "Hey, thanks for the assist there."
Oh yeah, no problem. Who just interrupts eating like that? Just so rude.
Yeah, I know, right? And it's like I wasn't even finished that bowl either.
I know. No, it's very disgraceful.
I'm gonna shut the bowl.
That's so good. I think Scarlon's just like the big ones with you all.
He is now.
It's fine. The big one's fucking hired.
Nice.
Whatever the fuck deal we're about to cut. That was. Did you claw that man?
Oh yeah. And then he'll show his hands, but he has no claws on his hands currently. It's like clawed. Very nice.
This is a very strange day. Okay.
Kind of mutters, "This is like a Tuesday."
So I guess what's my race? Shohad.
Shobhad.
Shobhad.
I believe.
Okay.
We will run into some of them later, but I can find an example in a sec.
And James takes his selfies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We did run into a pair of them before, I believe.
I think you did. I'm like 90%.
Way back on
sure.
Akaton.
Yeah, I think they were bodyguards.
So you would have noticed
Way
that most
back.
of them have like lower tusks, and I wear a face mask and a hood, and you could see my eyes. I have a monocle, by the way, just a one monocle.
Classy.
Nice.
Yeah, so you can see my eyes, but my lower face is covered, and then I wear a hood. But you could see my face mask is tight enough that I don't actually have lower tusks.
Oh, intriguing. This is one of the ones they'd run into a couple books back now. All right. As you guys kind of make your way to a new locale, is anyone? I thought I heard Refine say. Is anyone like grabbing anything from the bodies on the way out? I'd say
Check and see if they have any useful gear.
yeah, not enough time to grab armor or anything, but I would say you can see pretty quickly all three
Weapons,
of them,
credit shit.
yeah, they have none of them are really, yeah, they don't have any hidden pockets. So Explorer hand coils ×3. Each one of the three had a cred stick. If you total it together, it's gonna be 3,900 credits.
Woohoo!
All right.
Yeah, They got a big payday. You also see that the one that you initially killed, Shaw, has a looks to be a frequent flyer punch card to a local augmentation shop, entitling the bearer to 25% off the next augmentation installed.
Interesting.
And that's a,
Alright,
that's
so-
like a punch card.
Alright, so 3,900, 5 ways. We each get 780 credits.
Okay.
Anything from the bounties?
Sounds believable. Unfortunately, these guys, these ones specifically don't seem to have a bounty on them right now.
Damn it. Why do you have to go after Good Samaritans? Or why do Good Samaritans have to come after us?
They're definitely not good Samira. They're just like the secretive hit squad of this family.
I mean, if anything, you probably just cut down some of your competition.
That's not untrue. Alright,
Is
let's
anyone
see.
else the punch card?
Sounds like no. You want to grab that punch card?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. And then also 480 XP for everybody. 480 XP. And then
I guess whatever
Kieran,
you-
you'll be at the same value as everybody else, because I will never be the one to split. It's insanity.
It gets pretty rough sometimes.
Because, yeah, nobody likes spreadsheet foo.
Yeah. The only time I think it is acceptable is if you're doing like society play, because that's just kind of the vibe of society. People show up with different characters.
I could see that. Yeah, you kind of have to roll with different.
But even then, adventures are tiered, so like you're not supposed to roll up with like a level fucking 15 cleric to a tier 1 adventure.
Hey guys, I'm gonna walk you through this adventure.
Yeah. One shot everything. Brutal.
I'm a
I would
pacifist, by the way.
I would say during our little walk here,
Yeah, go for it.
you specifically would probably notice that Scorpio is wearing what appears to be sort of like nice Defrex hide armor, but it's dyed like really like day glow purple, teal, and pink. Like I've described the color scheme as like the interior of a 90s Taco Bell.
Which is such a good explanation.
It's the camouflage line of thought of, if I blind them with how ugly it is, they won't be able to see me.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is very
weird.
funny.
I was just explaining camouflage to 3-year-olds earlier.
Which is funny because Shaw has the exact same type of armor that Defrex hide, but it's in the normal, kind of more military fatigues type look, and the juxtaposition is hilarious.
Oh yeah, that's such a good side by side.
Scorpion's walking next to Shaw is like, you're the dumb one here. They're gonna be looking for guys just like you.
But he would.
You guys
he
have this
would-
argument in arguably the most cosmopolitan location in the setting.
Meanwhile, this 12-foot large guy in Golden Forge plating with the same color of teal. The same color of teal, and it's just different shades of green patterning.
I like that
in
you
his
all are
armor.
constantly surprised that people are jumping you when you are the most obvious fucking party.
Right.
Yeah, the reason why James always keeps a distance from.
I like to think that you guys are gonna build a reputation with the enemies of the crew. That's like, all right, there's these 4 fuckers we always find. This one bastard though. He's always somewhere. Just like never catch James.
He's like our own personal angel of death who just like follows the party around.
Fucking terrifying.
If we're more distracting and colorful, it's harder to see the sneaky guys, right?
Yeah, exactly.
James just a Scorpio listed as bait in his contact list.
But no, I'd say Scorpio would turn to our tall friend and say like, "It's a pleasure to meet you. My name's Scorpio Sky," and he holds a hand up to you, but he sees you have 4 arms, and he's not sure which one he's supposed to go for.
No, you have to tag team him. Put both arms up. I put both my arms up.
Shake all 4 at once.
Yeah, I'll
What a-
shake
what a
all
beautiful
four
Shibata
heads
meeting.
at once.
I like to, dude. Shobater's like naturally very strong. I like to imagine they do like the fucking the Predator handshake where they're flexing, but it's just 4 arms doing it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
Pretty much how it goes down.
Pleasure to meet you, Kieran. Name's Shaw, and I
Hell yeah.
also I will follow with the double arm bro handshakes.
Oh, yeah. Double arm bro handshakes. I will introduce myself as Kieran. I don't know if I formally introduced myself, but yeah, my name is Kieran. That's what everybody calls me.
Scarlon has secured the ice cream and it's just like slowly consuming it, watching this happen.
Excellent.
problem.
Thank you for the job, by the way.
Let's see what the job is.
I'll take it.
Are any of us diplomatic, by the way? Charismatic?
Yes, I know words. That's my response.
That's a strong statement. Didn't fill me with confidence, but sure.
If you actually are, I'd say you go talk to the client and try to convince them that the assassins are after him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say
Nonchalantly.
I mean, you don't entirely. Kieran wasn't fucking on that frequency you messaged him on, so I'd say that's a diplomacy check because you don't fucking know that that's a lie.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm really bad at lying.
As far as you're concerned, that's the truth.
All right. Should I roll that now?
Given truth. Yeah, give me a diplomacy check.
A 26.
Oh yeah. As you're walking by with the ice cream to this dude's like little hideout place, it's just, there's like, well, I suppose we are the big up and coming players in the galactic business scene.
Gaslight him into thinking it wasn't our fault. He was almost killed.
Right? I was just like, look how colorful we are. If they wanted us, they would have jumped us in a back alley.
I would say as you guys are walking, if anyone wants to give me a culture check to just like, or a computers check, to just comb through the infosphere on Absalom, see if you guys like heard anything about the Moonlighter company.
Probably not.
I would say on a 15 or above here. Well, actually no. Some of it's pretty obvious. On a 10 or above, you guys know that the Moonlighters. There's a lot of talk about them, but there is at least one deal or detail that is universally agreed upon. The Moonlighters never does a contractor dirty on purpose, and when things go wrong, they generally slide the freelancers some extra compensation for the trouble, which would be you guys. I will say, on the 15s or above, they don't. It's not all clear and smooth sailing. Most of their jobs do go smoothly, but they have had some troubles operating in the vast or areas of like deep space. Seems like whatever that, not a lot of details is what might have happened with that, as it's like so far out of the typical infosphere here, but you at least have like heard those rumors. I'd say just some other general details that aren't like role sensitive. They mostly work at Absalom Station, but they do have like satellite offices on a few other space stations scattered throughout near space, Pact Worlds and the Vast. But they bring in first. He's like, first things first, I was gonna give you all a little test task to deliver this briefcase of memorabilia for the band Strawberry Machine Cake. I don't know if you all have listened to their work, but pretty good. Anyway, I was gonna ask you to deliver it and give you all 100 credits, but I think you've proved that we're past the testing point. There is a bioscience company called Inquest. We have a contract from them. They need some new supplies at their facility. It's a remote research outpost. have all of the specifics on the transportation, but it's some complex chemical compounds. I need you to follow this route while avoiding some of the perhaps typical taxes and tariffs if you went via a straight trade route. You will rendezvous with their current destination. It is a Vesk cargo ship known as the Titanosaurus. You'll pick up the sealed crates there, and then transport them the rest of the way. All you need to do when you reach the planet in question is shove those crates out of the airlock into a prearranged orbit. He pulls out a small, almost like a pill-shaped silver device. This will mag-lock onto the crates and function as a homing beacon for the scientists to pick up their supplies. Anywho, I would be willing to pay you all something to the tune of 2,500 credits. And that would be each upon delivery.
Shaw looks around.
So, I have a question about mechanics real quick.
Yes.
If I wanted to try to negotiate a higher price for us, is it like a base 10%, or am I just winging it with throwing numbers out there?
You can throw some numbers out there. I mean, the more ridiculous it is, it'll be a higher check. It'll be diplomacy.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff is dependent on what their attitude towards you is. So it's kind of like Pathfinder. It's like a sliding scale of unfriendly all the way up to helpful and stuff like that.
Okay.
I would say this guy's not unfriendly to you guys, but I don't think you're best buds or anything yet.
Right, not yet. So I want to kind of butter him up. I'm like, well, you did just see how good we were when we saved you from those assassins. And so maybe we can sweeten it up a little bit more? Maybe another 5%, 10%?
Give me a diplomacy roll. They pause to consider. Alright, how about this? Up to 2,800 each, and I'll give you all of it 25% up front.
I'll look to... I guess, do I know who the captain is? Who's the leader?
They all have different roles.
I don't think we've ever decided on it.
I think we've ever really decided on a captain. We're just kind of doing the group.
I'll kind of just
one
casually...
for all kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll kind of casually look around and see if anyone objects to that.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
That would be an advance payment of 700 to each of you.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So on completion, you'll each get 2,100 more.
Nice. All right. So, all right, and I'll pass him the location of our docking bay. Oh no, we have to go meet up with the cargo ship. That's right.
Yeah. The Titanosaurus cargo vessel has the crates you need, and from there, you will bring them to your location.
Okay.
But yeah.
Anybody?
Go ahead.
Anybody need to buy anything else before we go? Since we just have some fresh money.
No, I'm good.
Very well.
Cool.
So the flight there, pretty quick. They are the Titanosaurus is currently in orbit in the fleet around Absalom Station. About a hour and a half, 2 hour journey to get up close and personal and able to dock alongside the Titanosaurus. The airlock doors will hiss open, and you're gonna be met by. You see yet another Vesk. Clearly not one that adheres to strict Veskarium tradition, but you see Kroivutsa.
We're definitely not one to talk about adhering to tradition.
Clearly, some sort of mechanic, judging by the massive pipe and wrench. You all are the crew of the Tuna, looking to pick up the crates.
Yep. We're ready to take delivery.
Excellent. Follow me.
I just gotta say, as a pipe fitter, you gotta take the bolts out of the flange before you move it. So someone takes a bolt from like 100 feet up in the air.
That makes sense.
My dad was actually looking up and he heard somebody yell like "Watch out!" and he looks up and a bolt smacks him in the safety glasses.
Oh,
Oh Jesus!
that's terrifying.
It's not ideal.
This guy's a complete amateur. Fucking jabroni.
Oh my god. Alright. Kroy Vutsa brings you all to a section of the massive cargo hold. Your specific stuff is one large crate and a half dozen small crates, which take up one of her cargo holds. All appear correctly marked as complex chemical compounds for medical testing, although they don't really get into more specifics than that. You guys do see a lot of noticeable warning labels stating the contents are, quote, potentially hazardous if removed from packaging and are sealed for environmental purity.
Lovely.
I should let you all know the shipment's value will be lost if the crate seals are tampered with.
Shaw nods. Very
Make
well.
a sense motive check on this guy.
Yeah, give me a sense motive.
I think it's too late to sense motive the other guy, but I smell a rat.
She honestly doesn't seem like she gives a fuck about this. Like, this is just day-to-day work. You don't sense any deceit or malice from her.
Because we haven't been told what's in these crates, right?
Just chemicals.
I think all that Scarlon said was, like, yeah, just chemicals for, like, medical science testing.
We specifically been told to just, in orbit, kick them out the airlock, and the medical team will pick them up.
Yeah. And
Well, after we put the other little tracker dudes on them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Get that beacon mag lock to one of them. I will say,
Yeah,
if
and
you
it's
ever look
technically
into- Oh, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say it's technically a smuggling job because I mean they want us to get around like the main routes because they don't want to pay the tariffs and whatnot.
Yeah. You would know, like, it's not technically illegal what you're doing, but, like, yeah, clearly it's a bit of a smuggle to purposely avoid the tariffs.
Right, but how much would the tariffs be?
Presumably enough that it'll cut into the profits by a wide enough margin. You'd think there might be, like, higher tariffs on stuff like medical supplies as opposed to, like, other things like food. I would say, looking over the crates, everyone wants to make a life science or physical science check.
I'm actually trained in that.
Whew. Alright. Shaw, first of all, yeah, these seals are 100% genuine. They're very clearly, like, meant to be there. They're not falsified. However, I think Refine would know this as well. You and Refine, while the whole potentially hazardous complex chemical compounds thing is probably true, the seals seem like they are legit and have been put in place by the proper authorities. That's a lot more vague than they usually are. These seals are usually very specific, like listing like stuff like the literal like quantity and like ounces of what chemicals are in there.
My worry is we're about to commit an accidental Geneva Convention violation. Because we kick it out the airlock and it crashes down into the planet below. Like, we don't know what's in this stuff. It could be, like, nerve gas.
Well, we're supposed to release it into orbit, not...
Yeah, they gave us a very specific orbit, which, as a pilot, I can check to make... I would presume that I would be able to check to make sure it's in a stable orbit, that it won't drop down anytime soon.
I'd say, yeah, give me a piloting check. That's a reasonable assumption. You would think that, yeah, it's not like a decaying orbit or anything. It should be stable. There's, unless someone like fucked with it, it shouldn't enter atmosphere.
Definitely a little bit. It's definitely a job on the sly, but
yeah. I mean, it's sketchy for sure.
It's still not the. I still would take this over working for Hobgoblin slavers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right. I voiced my concerns, and you guys all seem to think that there's nothing. Because I don't have anything either. I'm just worried that it seems all too easy for a lot of money.
I agree, and I think there's certainly to be some risks involved, but there's no. I don't. Every job we've had has had some degree of risk to another. This one seems less problematic than most.
Yeah.
I'll keep my gun loaded, just in case.
It's much the same.
But before we go, though, I would like to ask, Kroivusa, if she knows any good resources to look into for the inner workings of Vesk communication technology.
Say that again, Vesk communication technology? Ow, fuck off. Sorry, my cat.
Yeah, because one of the long-term engineering tasks that I've got going is to take that fancy communicator we have.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
Make it work for us. So any resources that might give me knowledge on how to do that is what I'm seeing if she would potentially know where to find.
I'd say give me a diplomacy check. See if you can get some stuff out of her.
Oh, this is gonna go badly. Okay.
She kind of shrugs, like, what do I care? I'm not in the fleet anymore. She kind of rummages around, like, her workstation, tosses you, like, an old, like, physical book with, like, Vesk codes and stuff. Nothing, like, you know, top secret. But it's like, this is how our communicators work. If your communicator breaks in the field, here's how to repair it.
Cool. I'm just gonna say thank you very much, and then I'll put that away for later for when I'm working on that.
Hell yeah.
Good call.
All right, I'd say.
Go
ahead.
When you guys were, I know it's a little late, sorry, but when you guys were talking about slavers, Kieran would be pretty adamant about murdering them on sight. You know what I mean? Like, he's not a fan. Not a fan.
Yeah, well, and I think Shaw would pass on what we experienced there. You know, basically everything that happened with Vogue and all of that. So that ultimately, I think we made the correct decision, especially if that's the kind of people EdgeCorp wants to support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you left EdgeCorp pretty quickly after that, anyway. So I feel like it's the right call. She's like,
right, they keep trying to stiff us. What can I say?
I mean, hey, they're a greedy corporation. She's like, anything else you'll need, or are you gonna start loading them up onto your ship?
Start getting it loaded. Nobody else has anything.
Scorpio, of course, knows absolutely nothing here. He just knows that the bright colors and the warning graphics mean do not touch.
All right.
We'll go ahead and get them. So what I'm gonna suggest is that maybe we stage the crates near the aft cargo door in case. So A, makes them easier to unload, and B, if there is a breach, we can get them out the ship quickly.
Fair. All right, loading up in the aft. That is very reasonable. I'd say give me a. Okay, this is in near space. This is a D6 plus 2 drift journey. Then divide that by 2 for your improved engine.
My first high roll, really. So 3.5 days.
Cool.
Got some time to get some stuff done. Actually, we can. Since I do have a little bit of extra money now, I'll look up the cost for it later. I would probably craft another mag of 20 infused diatha rounds for my rail cannon.
Yeah, you should have
Yeah,
paid for that.
For you. If you pay for it, I'll craft them for you.
Okay.
Because I think I have higher engineering than you.
You very definitely do. My engineering's not bad. Yours is superior. Oh, thank you. I will get the cost for that, and Ben, I'll deduct that from my account, from my stuff here. So once I, because I also checked the 2d4 ones are the infused variant, because there's 2 versions, apparently.
Gotcha. Once you make the, I believe it's engineering roll to craft them. Is that what we did last time? I think so.
Yeah.
Once you do that, we can take a quick bathroom break.
2 on the die.
Fair.
Which is unfortunate, but I guess 16's not terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say you guys probably 16. Probably make like not a lot of rounds, honestly, like 10 rounds maybe. Split 5 each.
All right.
I don't need any. These are all for him.
Okay, well, add 10 rounds then.
All right, which the amplified ones are expensive. I checked. They're 500 plus the cost of the things for the heavy weapon rounds. So for making, so let me have that. So 250. So yeah. So 590 to 345. Okay.
Right. With that,
I
as
think.
you guys are... Go ahead.
No, nothing. I'm just thinking out loud. Go ahead.
I'll just say we'll take a quick break and come back in like 5 or so. Now that we're in the drift.
Yeah.
Alright. get back into it when we remove the BRB thing.
That's actually made by the Bad Dragon Company. That record.
Twitch, I promise I'm not sponsored by them. Yet. Oh my god, I just saw the...
It's a legitimately good song.
Oh, I've heard
It
the
is.
song. It's admittedly a bop. God damn it. Whoo boy. Alright. Where the fuck were we, guys? In fucking transit. Alright. As you guys are, I'm gonna bring us over to the ship map. Certainly for nothing suspicious. But if you guys want to post where you think you'd be hanging out the most during this journey.
Watching over the cargo because I'm
just dead-eyeing the cargo? Fair enough, fair enough.
Is there like an... is there like a raft where I can like go prone in, watching over the cargo?
You know what? We'll say in the extremely advanced extra-dimensional super cargo hold, yeah, we can have rafters at the top. That's fine.
What? Where's the kitchen?
Which one's the galley? Hold on. I have not.
I
admittedly
believe
memorized
that's
this.
12
Yeah,
here.
it's 12. Which is it's on a different floor. It's in the bottom.
Yeah, it's on the upper floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this job is a way to make it easy for something not to go wrong.
I'd probably just be in the engine room reading the Vesk book.
Just
I am
kicking her feet up on the engine core and reading old Vesk codes.
So
I'd say-
one thing I would have done, like in character-wise,
Yes.
is as we're going into the ship, I would have brought an unreasonable amount of noodles. And anytime you need me, you will find me
Incredible.
or sleeping.
Just eating noodles on the holodeck, watching
Yeah.
movies.
Just this is what I do with my life.
All right.
Noodles
So-
are life.
If James and Scorpio in there, I'm gonna say a pair of you guys.
Yeah, I'd say Scorpio
Go
would
ahead.
be... Yeah, James, you'd see Scorpio here, and you'd see him... he'd have the hand cannon out, and you'd see him practicing his twirling moves with it.
Hell yeah.
Does he know I'm in here, or is he just doing this by himself?
That's a deeply funny idea.
I will say this: I'll leave that up to you. Like, Scorpio would be in here just because he knows we'd probably want someone watching over the cargo. I'll say whether or not he knows you're here or you're hiding. I'll leave that up to you. All right. Well, let me roll my perception. Let's see. You might be able to get it over on me, and you probably will.
Oh my god. Of all the times for you to pick up a stealth. You hear like a like the metal creaking and just look up and James just looking down at you. Even with a 5, like a nat 1 is still a 16.
Yeah.
So ridiculous. I think just for funniness on a nat 1, even though it's so much higher than Scorpio's, you get the uncomfortable feeling like, prickle on the back of your neck that someone's watching, but you don't actually see him.
Suddenly, it's like he stops, and like the revolver's just sort of hanging upside down on his index finger. Hello? Is someone there? Just looking around.
Just no answer.
Hoot hoot.
Oh, it's you. Oh.
Oh, an owl. Space owl.
Sorry. I was just practicing, I've seen these videos from on the Insosphere, this catfolk guy where it likes to wear like a cowboy hat goes by Revolver Ocelot. He does all these cool moves and I've been practicing.
Revolver Ocelot is such a good name. These guys are actually meant to be a little smaller, I believe.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy.
What did I tell you, people?
The two of you in here see some of the crates start to shake. The seals rupture a bit, and 3 of these I'm gonna make one a bit bigger so you can see it. 3 of these guys flop out on the floor. They look to be sedated. If you want to give me a life science check to know what the fuck this thing is. You might have heard of them in passing, James. These are just like a very temperamental, annoying aberration that, you know, people who fare in space a lot sometimes run across. These are Skreelings. Usually live on rocky planetoids, but are fiercely protective and territorial. That's about all you would know about them. Apart from the fact that they like to pack a punch and have a lot of claws.
Do I get the feeling that this is a setup, or these are things we're actually meant to like be delivering? Because it's for what, medical research? I don't think aberrations would help with medical research.
I would say this feels a little weird for today, maybe like a sense motive check. Like, you can see the crates, like the inside of the ones that broke now. See if you can say, like, what was the intent of this?
I mean, it did say, the warning said it was dangerous chemicals, right? Not...
let me check the exact phrasing. I did believe it did say chemicals.
My fucking rolls aren't helping me here, but...
It said they were marked as complex chemical compounds, but the actual warning seals only read sealed for environmental purity and potentially hazardous if removed from packaging. I mean, I think at least James is like, okay, like these were intended to be in the crates. Like, this isn't something like, they are kind of pests that do get into stuff. This wasn't an accident. They were meant to be shipped.
Yeah. What I'm wondering is, are these creatures meant for the research, or was it like sedate these creatures, let them loose on these guys' ship, and hopefully they'll take them out?
I would say that'd be more of a physical science check to know, like what the fuck could they do anything with these creatures? You know.
Scorpio, help me out here, man.
Hey, I'm not so good with that either.
I think you guys are just super like, maybe you're not sure. We're gonna roll for initiative as they flop out. Let me clear the order first, though, because we are on a different map.
Honestly, on the next upgrade might be some drone guns in the ceiling of the cargo hold.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Very cool.
Auto locks onto anything new.
Given how many times our cargo has blown up, tried to kill us, I don't think it's unreasonable.
It's the life of I was gonna say on the high seas. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. It's the life of galactic
The
raiders.
high seas.
The highest you can go. Everyone else can roll in too if you want. You're just on different fucking parts of the ship. Alright, let me resort that. Right, that is going to be the Skreelings first. Because they kind of like stretch their wings, looking a bit sleepy here. You see they kind of like blink their eyes somewhat confusedly. And are going to... One of them's going to fly up into the rafters. And 2 of them are going to fly over to Scorpio. I just got to check their exact speed here. One sec. Scorpio, or James, because of the... Because of the diagonal, this guy is basically like 10 feet below you still. Does not actually get up to you. You know, it'll double move to fly up to you. The other 2 will move over to Scorpio. The ones near Scorpio, it's a bit weird on the grid, I know, because I didn't put an actual grid on this map. for ease of play while we're on the ship. But let's see. They Scorpio, it seems like they are moving around you and fighting as like very capable pack animals. Their ability to flank is a bit better than normal.
Okay.
So they're gonna go in. One of them's gonna go with the bite. One is gonna go with the claw. Bite first. Oh, it's so much. Oh my god. 28.
Yes, that will hit.
But I will say they are not super great at damaging. 5 piercing. Coming in with a slashing. Even with the good flank bonus, it's going to be 15 against KAC.
15 will miss.
Alright. Claws cannot seem to find purchase on your armor, but that one little bastard on the left sinks his fangs into you.
Alright.
SB, who is... Let me zoom back out. Where are you at? Over by the engine core. Presumably you can start hearing screeching and like vague sounds of combat coming from down the hall.
Yeah, I'll begin sending SB over to figure out what's going on.
Hell
I'll
yeah.
probably head over as well on my turn, but just...
Schwa up in the...
Would I be able
main
to hear
deck.
anything up in the bridge?
I'd say that's a little bit farther away. Give me a perception check. On a 15, it is easy to hear sounds of combat. I think you can hear like very distant, like screeching stuff that's obviously not your teammates.
Oh, good lord. All right, I'll set the ship to automatic pilot and start heading back.
You
You're
put it
still
on
in the
autopilot
drift, right?
through the drift. Yeah, that's fine. And start moving.
A double move, and that'll be my turn.
Hell yeah. All right. Tossing it over to James.
As part of my snipe action, could I like drop out of the rafters?
You have to make an acrobatics check to not take fall damage, but yeah.
Yeah. And that would get me out of melee with the thing, right?
It would. I think it would still provoke you because you're not 5 foot stepping. Still fall.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. I'd say give me an acrobatics check to see how good you land. It'll take a swing. That will negate it. I think the cargo hold's tall enough. You'll still take a bit, but you did reduce it. Oh my, abysmal. 2 damage. And then the beast got a... Okay, it's not with any of its pack brothers. 18 KC?
Nope.
Alright. It tries to go through those claws again on the way by, but it cannot. So you touch down on the floor below them.
And then... I can't really hide forbidden here, can I? I just have to make a perception check for a snipe.
There's like other crates scattered around. I'd say you could either or.
Alright. Does that cut the mustard?
That will cut the bottom. Yeah, absolutely. What a roasting shot with the Diasporan rifle. These things seem relatively weak. That almost wrecks it in one go. Thing seems barely alive, so you basically blow a hole through one of its wings.
Nice.
Scorching the body as well. Kieran, you are a long ways away. Because you have to make it to the elevator and then go down. This is the elevator over here.
Okay. I guess the...
What was that?
It's like, do I know if there's something...
Um...
I don't know if I could hear...
You're
cutting in and
you're
out.
on the next... Yeah, you're cutting it out a bit, but yeah, I think you would have a lot of difficulty hearing it on the top floor. You can make a perception check, but I think it's gonna be more difficult than Shaw's was.
Ooh.
Noodles.
Yeah, just fucking consuming noodles.
All right. Well, listen. These noodles are delicious. You don't know
They are good noodles.
how tasty they are. Can you guys hear me?
Now
I can hear you better. Yeah, you were cutting out there for a hot second.
Okay.
Divine apotheosis to noodles.
Yeah. So yeah, noodles are delicious.
All right, toss it back over to Scorpio.
All right. Yep. Got these two surrounding me. I'm just sort of trying to just bat them away. I'll go ahead and pull out my tactical star knife, and I'll go ahead and take a slash at the one up top here on me.
All right, go for the top one. Sorry, that is a hit for 12. Not quite bloody, but definitely a good chunk. These things do not appear particularly healthy.
All right. Don't like being surrounded by this guy, so I will go ahead and move away. Just doing regular movement. Triggers attack of opportunity. Ability adds +4 to both my ACs. 20, 25, and 30. All right.
Okay. Moving away from them, they will try to make some swings here. Bite and claw. Oh, those are both definitely gonna miss. So go to refine. Over in the core.
All right. Refine will just start making their way over with a double move,
Heck yeah.
and is just gonna say to Shaw, "We really need to make something that's to better contain our cargo.
Seriously.
I'll work on drafting up designs or something."
At this point, I'm about ready to put some guns in there.
That might be a good idea too. Yeah.
It might be worth. Alright. As you double move over there, going back to the top with the Skreelings. This one's gonna fly down to James, and let's see. Yeah, the others are just gonna join and go for their fucking pack tactics over here.
With Scorpio.
All the Skreelings running at, flying at James. They're gonna do one attack each. We're gonna go bite, claw, bite. First one's a crit.
Sick.
Claw is 21 KC.
Yeah.
And then 18 KC.
Nope.
Okay. So a crit and a regular hit. Means I need a couple more of these. Alright, so the crit is 14 piercing, because that was from the bite. And then the claw is an additional 6. So 20 total, unless you have resistance to slashing or piercing.
Nope.
SB.
Alright. That's just she's gonna go 40 feet.
Go for it.
And that's it.
And then Shaw.
Double move.
Running down the length of your ship. Yeah.
Question: how do I do the? Okay, select. How do I do the ruler move like I saw Refine do?
Oh, click and hold, then press Q, and you can like see your path. Click and hold your token. I mean, I don't know if I clarified that.
Accidentally moved back and forth at the end of it there, but it will end up still being 60 feet. So it comes through it goes through the. I accidentally moved it back and forth several times at the end there.
You only press Q once.
Yeah, you only have to press Q once. Sorry.
And then every time you press it again, it makes an additional point that you can turn on.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
pivot by
sorry.
tapping Q. But yeah, if you do
I
that,
was holding it.
it thinks all of your points are pivots if you do it that way. Which is
Okay.
why it's freaking the fuck out.
Sorry. Either
like,
way, I moved 60 feet.
This
and
man just made 25 pivots.
You can also use right click. I like that.
Oh, can you? I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Either way, Shaw comes in, looks around the corner. Sweet mother of mercy, and then starts moving towards James.
James, it's you go. The one in the middle of the pack's one that you like almost downed. Top one is the one that Scorpio injured.
When you say it's like almost like,
I mean,
pretty
like
much
if you
anything.
spit on it wrong, it'll die.
I'm
It's you sniped it real good.
gonna whip out the survival knife and just stab it in the head.
Ugh, brutal. Go for it. These things do not have amazing fucking stats,
Although-
believe it or not. They're small creatures.
All right.
Oh yeah, knife straight to the head, light leaves its eyes, that one drops.
I can still move, right?
Yeah, that was just a standard action.
I'm gonna hop up on the crate and then 50 feet away, it's like, Scorpio, get in there.
Leaping
Damn
off
it.
the crate, kind of jump jets, like, boosting you over. They'll try to take some swings. First one's definitely gonna miss. The dude on the right of you when you moved, 21 was a hit, you said, right?
Yeah.
For another 5. Alright, another noodle check. Make your perception.
How tasty are these noodles?
Not good enough if you're on the next floor.
Oh,
real tasty is the answer. That'll bring us
those noodles. Yeah.
to Scorpio. We got one injured by you already. Other one looking pretty full still.
Alright, I'll go ahead. Alright. Got my hand cannon out. I'll go ahead and take a shot at this one up top here.
Go for it. Let's see if we can take out another one. That'll do. It is not down, but it's most certainly bloody. It's like bang! Resonates through the cargo hold. The screen just to kind of flop back into the wall.
Nice. Alright, so I'll go ahead and take some movement here.
Yep.
Here you go.
And then once
Alright.
Scorpio moves, then it'll be Refine.
Yep, pop me there and that'll do.
Alright, Refine on the hallway.
Yeah, just gonna double move till I get into the room.
You see the awful sight that everyone else is seeing, the crazy fucking Skreelings.
Cool.
I will say, well, I guess that'll be after combat. Continue. The Skreelings are gonna, in this distressed state of theirs, just move to the closest target for pack combat. And Shaw, they're gonna make the top one's making a bite, bottom one's making a claw. Alright, bite is a 19, claw is a 21.
19 misses, 21 hits.
God, that's like the third 21. 8 damage on that one.
All right.
That is all they can do, though. Tossing it over to Espy.
Alright. Espy's just gonna run into the room.
You probably have a distance to run and make a shot, right? With Espy?
Espy either gets to move or make a shot
Right,
until
one or the other.
level. Unless I use my move action to give Espy both.
Probably not worth it.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, let's toss it back to Shaw.
Well, that's unpleasant. I'm gonna grab the Storm Dashko. So move action, draw, and then I'll go for the one.
This one's injured. Bottom one's not injured.
I'll go for the injured one because why not?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, you slice that thing in half out of midair. 22, yeah. Kind of cauterizing it partially with the lightning. Bit of blood spatter still. But only one Screamling left. Over to James.
Just gonna try to snipe this thing.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you're good. You're good for sneak. And is your rifle including the trick attack?
No.
Okay. I don't know if you've been rolling trick attack.
Do you mean the damage or the like flat-footed?
The damage.
Yeah, it includes it.
Oh, okay, good. Okay. Another very mighty shot from that rifle, but it is still hanging on. A bit better than the last time you shot one of the round, but still obviously very bad. To the galley. Noodle time. I really want to get... There was an old external plugin I had that doesn't work anymore, but they might have updated it, where it would make my job for the stream display easier. When we switch turns with this glowing thing, it would automatically, like, pan the camera to that person.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Gonna see if that's...
Yeah. I'll be honest.
You are...
I thought that 17 was gonna work. I don't...
it's a DC 20, if you're on that floor.
It's possible, but that's a...
It's possible.
It's... I think I threw a 17. Yeah. 16.
No, you're still stuck up there.
Yeah.
Scorpio, in the cargo hold.
All right, I'll go ahead and take a shot at the remaining creature.
Alrighty. Go ahead with that hand cannon.
All right.
Alright, with one last boom, headshot, even though it's just like swooping through the air towards Shaw, you take it out from the side and it flops to the ground.
And then, still practicing his move, gets a little twirl, holster.
Alright, there's a bit of XP to be had.
Was that the only crate?
No, there was 12 small crates and one large crate. Those were those three are from the small crates.
Okay, what's in the large crate then?
Each person gets 640 XP, by the way. That's a good question. What is in the large crate?
I'm not opening it.
So, are we of the mind that this was meant to kill us, or are we of the mindset that was just they improperly sedated that thing?
Let's check the seals and see. If I want to see, could I make an engineering check when he says that to see if there's like a release mechanism for the?
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I'd say you can make an engineering check on the open crates.
I'll help investigate that.
There was that like little like magnet that we were supposed to attach to them. Is that like a tracker?
They did say that. Yeah, that was just like a beacon. So like once you dump it out into orbit, they can come pick it up.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I think you guys kind of like each are investigating a crate. Refine, you're helping out Shaw, you said. I will say on the engineering thing, like it does not look like there's any sort of like release mechanism or like a timed thing that they were supposed to come out. It looks like these were meant to hold live sedated specimens, and it just like wasn't a strong enough job, and they shook out of it.
I think
Go ahead.
I think we demand to get paid for that one because it did potentially just try to kill us.
Sean nods. Make records. Let's get some pictures of all this so we can show.
You guys take
Like
out.
the seals weren't tampered with. You just did a shit job of sedating them.
Alright. You guys get
Pictures
that
of
all
the
done.
interior crate as well
And-
to show.
You
where
did
the
have some
things-
question about the big crate. Were you doing anything about that?
Not immediately. I don't want to mess with it if these things are on such a hair trigger.
I'd say
Yeah.
if you want to make a life science check about it.
Does anybody have that?
Right.
Good at the sciences.
I'm untrained in it, but I'll try.
Nope.
Not terrible.
I'm like, I'll roll it.
On a 19, and presumably you guys would have, radioed Karen at this point to come.
Yeah.
You would assume that if there's a bunch of small ones that have screelings, that is most likely the large one will probably have a scree sire. They kind of just are able to. God, what is this term? Like Jurassic Park, they can just breed by themselves. But that would be a scree sire. Bit bigger,
nightmare.
Same wings, but they have a bunch of tentacles as well.
Because of course, tentacles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, significantly stronger than the others. On a 19, you would know that they oftentimes they can get into people's heads. Not like they're very smart, but they just have kind of like an enthralling mental ability.
How
Like,
far away
super
are we
prey.
from the drop?
At this point, probably like a little less than a day, like 18 hours.
I'm thinking that Shaw, you go back pilot, and the rest of us sustain here at the ready in case anything.
Do
I'll
you
say it again.
think the boxes were?
But
You're still cutting out a bit. What was the question about the boxes?
Do you think the box?
same
You,
thing.
you always get to it just a lot. Do you think the boxes, and then it cuts out.
Frail. They were.
Again. Type it. You gotta type.
You gotta type it out. Oh, it's always like the most dramatic word. Fucking wait on pins and needles here. Oh, that's what they were. Look, that's the engineering. I don't know if you heard of the engineering check earlier, but they determined that no, it was not on purpose. They should have stayed sedated.
Would it be possible to make some light cover around this doorway here?
Yeah, you guys have some extra like just general crates and shit lying around.
I think we set up some light cover there. Shaw goes pilots, and then the rest of us stay here behind cover in case anything else pops out.
Ben, is there any way to like shorten the journey further, or is there with piloting checks or something, or am I going to risk hitting chunks of other planes if I do that?
I don't believe there is.
Okay.
But perhaps they added something in one of the drift books.
If not, that's fine. I was just curious. 'Cause I think 18 hours is a long shift, but the Kieran,
yeah, it doesn't look
did.
like it. It's just like the initial roll is one, I think.
Yeah, Kieran, we that was the I was just checking to see if there was like a special like release mechanism if they were trying to like pop open the boxes so they didn't get these things sticked after us. It looked accidental, is what Ben said.
Indeed.
Sorry, I missed the actual box part, the lever.
Gotcha. No worries. Yeah, no, but Shaw will take the helm. I think given that 18 hours in a single shift, he might at some point, like maybe we may want to take a shift at some point, but at some point he'll either way he's we'll stay up there for like a good 12-hour chunk of it at least, and we'll figure it out. You know what I mean? We figure out the division of labor on that. But
I can like take a quick nap here while the others watch over, and then when I wake up, I can keep watching for a bit, and then when you get tired, I can swap out.
yeah, just a little bit, so that way we're not at the end of 18 hours, a bunch of us on exhausted.
Yeah.
All right.
I am gonna send Espy up to the people in the pilot's office just to be able to be like an alarm system if something bad happens, to alert them that something's happening.
Cool.
Okay.
Note to self: I'm installing an intercom next time we're back in dock.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna-
another good idea.
That is solid.
I'm gonna go to my room, grab my like pillow and blankets, just set it up out here in the hall so I can lay prone and take a nap while doing so.
Sniper snooze.
Love a good sniper snooze.
Maybe, for right now, maybe Scorpio or Kieran take a nap with me, and then when I wake up, Refine and whoever can take a nap as well.
And then I will also say that at the points where he doesn't need to be physically hands on the controls, Shaw's going to be like noodling on a data pad about defensive enhancements to the cargo bay.
I would say, James, if Scorpio goes to join you as he walks by his quarters, you just see him just sort of grin, and you just hear him mumble under his breath, "Jungle love, oh wee, oh wee, oh."
All right. Let me.
Is he walking funny when he says that?
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, Dizzy is large size.
So cursed. Oh my god.
Yeah,
All right.
oh dear.
Well, with all those defenses in place, and they did not roll well on that, you guys do make it to the drop point orbit. No more crates have woken up. Are you still jettisoning them as agreed?
That's so we can get hopefully paid for the rest of it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Slap the tracking beacon to them. Push that shit out the airlock as it drifts into orbit. This is a little like flashing red light, like do do as they float away.
Ugh.
Nothing for it but returning to Gniz and getting paid.
Just to appear behind the curtain for a sec, did you roll to see if Maul would wake up?
I did, yeah.
What was the roll for the big one?
It was basically a percentile range if more woke up. This is I made the table myself. This wasn't actually part of it, but I thought it was more interesting if there was a risk of this. At the high end of it, like I think I had it at 87 to 100. Like the Scree Sire would wake up, and then the rest of it was like varying degrees of like do more wake up. But I rolled a fucking 3 on the percentile dice, so
Nice.
I take it
fine.
I take it of 100 roll. You got 100. All of them would have woken up at the same time.
That was the plan, yeah. If it was a perfect 100, just fucking Scree Sire, and you killed 3, so 9 more Screelings.
And we have a winner. Multi-ball.
That would be incredible. Truly wild. It is always interesting to play Call of Cthulhu because it's only like D100 based basically, which is a strange change of pace from D20. All right, go ahead and give me a D6 roll because you're going straight back to Absalom.
2 days. I will say that getting that upgraded drift engine early has been a nice little booster.
Certainly cut down. You guys have we're in book 3 and you guys have done 61 days. All right. Upon returning to Absalom and meeting back up with your boss, I must insist what's going on. I received information that not all of it was dropped off.
With that, I'll pass him like what we have on the data pads of the records and I'll simply say, some of your crates were not properly packed. These boys came to life and try to attack two of our crew in the cargo hold.
And
Starlin,
at that point, I'd kind of like to try to get a
I assume
pricing
diplomacy
increase.
it? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a diplomacy check. Niz, judging by the movement of their antenna, is very obviously like angry and incensed at this news. That is a success on the 16, and they're just like most unacceptable. The Inquest company tried to pull one over on Moonlighters. Well, I promise you all, Moonlighters will not be working with that business again. I will be beginning an investigation by local law enforcement, and I hope that Inquest loses the majority of its funding.
So, I'll also pass on the other notes that we have, that the crates were not well marked or anything like that. That there was the whole manifest did not seem. Getting around tariffs is one thing, but this was a bit much.
Already
If we are
stupid
to have
of them to lose creatures like that for what, testing, but to not secure them properly. Very unsafe.
if we are to have future dealings, I would insist that we be made aware of any cargo being delivered.
I will try to
Especially
get you
live
more
cargo.
transparent clients in the future. And your large friend is right here. I'll tack on, we'll call it an additional 700 credits for hazard pay.
Wait.
How much is that total per person?
So it's
Yeah.
another 2,800.
Yes.
Nice.
2,800 per person.
Yeah,
Alright.
you had Kieran talked it up an additional 700 to start, or yeah. And then you got your forward payment, and I think I don't remember the math, but I think you should have just gotten 2,800.
Yep.
If not.
Okay, so that's for everything being paid. I didn't add anything yet.
Yes, that's for.
Yeah, and then we had the amount we were paid up front, but yeah.
What was the amount paid up front?
3,500 to each of us.
Okay,
I
that's
believe the
in
total should
addition.
be 3,500 because there's an additional 700. Yeah.
Okay, so the total I would add is 3,500.
I believe
Well,
so.
you should have added the 700 up front.
Yeah, I think you were just saying he hadn't added the initial
Yeah.
like prepayment.
Oh.
So yes, the total would be 3,500 then.
Is anyone keeping track of XP? 'Cause I'm not.
Currently,
I
I don't know what we get. Do we get any extra for that for finishing the contract, Ben?
I don't think you get XP for the side jobs, just payment.
Okay.
Let me double check.
That's fine. So
Yeah,
I'm
it
at.
should just be payment.
Okay, I'm showing 12,565 as the total XP.
Alright.
Yep, that's what I got.
And your next level up should be 15, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Making good progress.
Yeah, putting a dent in that.
I would
alright.
say after
Yeah, go ahead.
after a meeting with our guy here, it's like I'd send a message to Dizzy saying like, "Job went well," and I will put "well" in quotes. You free later.
Dizzy's like, yeah, we're in Absalom for 2 more days. Could meet up tonight.
I'll text him back, say, "Sounds good. No cool bar arcade place. Dane and Blusters. Let's meet there."
Dane and Blusters.
Nice.
You don't want to go to Blitz and Chits?
Take that, copyright police! Fucking come at us. Oh. I think that is like a top tier date for Dizzy. They'd be all about that.
Right. So it's like, after hearing that back, I'll tell the others, say, "So, I've got a date with Dizzy, so just I'll let you guys know if I'll be coming back later. And he gives you a very obvious wink.
Just
Shaw
remember, only fools don't wrap their tools.
Yeah, make sure it's not risky before you get frisky.
Yeah, exactly.
I really think you would have been much better to give Shaw dating advice than me.
What do you mean?
So,
Shaw, even Shaw just busted. You weren't there for that part.
Oh yeah, okay. There's a whole interaction where Refine's android ability to process all this dating innuendo and emotions
Went badly wrong.
yeah, went badly awry.
how badly are we talking?
Oh, you were there for that part. Were you there for that part?
No, that was that was Roland's last
Oh,
episode.
okay. Just like
Oh
Refine.
no, he was there for that.
thinking-
He was in the bar when Refine was like thought that thought that Scorpio was after me.
Yeah, because Scorpio is trying to be like, what if like a friend was interested in, like, very obviously like talking about himself, and then Refine was like, they must be talking about someone else, and then later was like, hey Shaw,
Shaw, your friend?
You must be the friend. Shaw, he said that you're friends with him.
Yeah, it was.
That was beautiful. That was also like an hour later. That was an excellent callback. I was not expecting it.
You know what? James is getting a bit jealous. Like he's gonna shoot a text off to Atraxo and just you up.
You up text.
Honestly,
it's just like out storm running. Maybe
Does
meet up
not.
soon.
Sure.
Honestly, Shaw might hit up one of the pilot bars.
Like, you're dating Dizzy, we're dating Atraxo. It's all coming together.
Yep.
What if
I'll be
like-
honest, Ben. If the trip back to Absalom had been longer, there was a partner who was like, roll to see if Shaw and Rashay end up shacking up for like the weirdest of odd couples.
Start dating the fucking evil smoky.
Oh, that,
I was
oh,
gonna say
that would
smoky
that
eye,
would
but
not have been a
that's-
date. That would have been a trip back fling, 100%.
That's fair. I realized I was about to say like the smoky-eyed crime boss, but like I realized like no, that means like makeup. Like literally, her eyes are smoking.
Her eyes are literally on
like,
fire.
permanently burning.
So,
all right, so yeah, you get.
I think we can all,
arcade dates.
to varying degrees, enjoy some R&R on the station.
Oh, for sure. I'd say probably about yeah, you guys have like 2 days to relax, shop. After about another 2 days, you guys do get a message from Tarika. Just like a quick text to all of you that's just like, hey, I know I wanted to talk to you. I got a about something I was cooking up. I got a pretty big ask for you guys. Can you meet me at this address down in the Spike? Oh, which again is like the long. I feel like I'm gonna get roasted for saying shaft, but the shaft coming out of Absalom Station.
Okay. Oh, yeah, okay.
That bit's the Spike.
I would have a bit of shopping that I would like to do.
Yeah, get some stuff.
Because I would like to actually go ahead and sell off the rail cannon, I think. And I'll go ahead and update my character sheet and everything later. But I was looking through some of the different weapon options, and I am going to trade it for, because I have just enough credits after that job,
Ooh.
for a blaze agitator.
Is that a flamethrower? What the fuck is that? Sounds crazy.
It's basically a Volkite.
Oh, that's pretty spicy.
So it's basically a portable microwave gun.
We love to see it.
So, but yeah, I'm tired of feeding that rail cannon ammo, so I'm getting a better heavy weapon.
So it's a thirsty weapon. It must be said.
So I'll take care of all the logistics of that if we're not getting into a fight for the.
Sure. Yeah, you guys. I don't think you guys.
Either
are
way,
gonna fight. We'll probably do a bit more role play and then wrap up relatively soonish.
I would make that purchase before we go to the next part of it.
Sounds good to me. All right. Yeah, so they'd ask you to meet them at the Spike. You guys, head down a bit more like narrow, almost like more familiar, like ship or like more military starship tunnels. There's a lot of like redundancy bulkheads down here in case something goes wrong, which, I mean, admittedly it did in Devastation Arc. There was disastrous stuff going on. But you find a small one-story building with a single narrow doorway occupying the space between a red tea stand and a used holovid shop. There's a handwritten note hanging from the building's door that reads, Church of Hylax, meet and greet downstairs every third day. I don't know why it didn't copy and paste that. That was the ship from earlier. Control C, damn you. There you go. Underneath that, a hasty scrawl in a different colored marker adds the following message: do not use upstairs restroom.
Seems legit.
To the upstairs restroom.
I would say if you guys want to do a you can do a mysticism check, see if you know about Hylax. On a nat 20 there. James, Hylax is also known as the Forever Queen. When the Shiren first began to split from the Swarm, they started to follow this deity, Hylax. They believe that Hylax was like the first of their number to attain that like level of sentience and split from the hive mind. Basically like a mortal queen who then ascended to godhood to watch over the progeny of the Shirens. But most assuredly a like very good deity. She's the goddess of diplomacy, first contact, friendship, peace. Her holy symbol is like a Shiren head crowned with stars. But yeah, you would know that her main edicts as like a religion is to have her followers seek out relationships, bond with other people, facilitate peaceful dialogue, and kind of just like exchange and welcome new sapient creatures that they meet. Alright. Presuming you guys follow downstairs, you do find Tarika waiting for you guys in this just like dilapidated basement. It's really like a working class neighborhood, so it's not awful. It's not like a slum or anything, but a bit of like a dank basement vibe. As you guys enter, you see Tarika, you know, mingling with the crowd. This like very over-curious Shiren comes up and is like, hello, I am, I like to call myself the One Bug Welcoming Committee. It's a pleasure to have you. If you would just fill these out. He hands you all like blue and white name tags. The top says, hello, friend. My name is, with a space to write in. You see that his name tag is Tictus. And Tictus starts fucking bombarding you guys. Like endless stream of questions. Where are you from? What brings you here? Why are you guys here as a group? Are you already friends? What was your first experience with Hylax? All that stuff. You guys can clearly see Tarika in the background. Like, she sees that you're here, but is just like, just kind of like smirking and like letting you guys be subjected to this like overly enthusiastic Shiren. Just chill over stop. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I like sort of sacrifice the group and use them as a distraction so I can sneak away?
Sure. Give me a stealth check. We'll say James like, oh, wait till you hear this party members.
Damn it.
No, I must insist. I want to hear all of your stories, not just your friends.
Could I try to diplomatically and
Yeah, that's a roll diplomacy. See if you can like extricate your party from this conversation.
No, I wanna bring her.
Oh, bring her in.
Drag her. Yeah, I want to drag her.
Give me a diplomacy check. What a take. I feel like my parties have just been making wild takes lately. Like I was running Signal of Scream again for my like home group the other day, and they all just started fucking like bullying the concierge at this resort. And I was like, this is not like you. I didn't expect you guys to just bully this one main PC. He just hates them now. I think reluctantly you drag Tarika over, and you guys are subjected to a very long conversation before Ticchus gets sees like a new group of like a couple of dwarves walk in and like immediately runs over and starts the whole process over again.
Quickly, she's distracted. Run.
She,
Wait,
like,
I was
gestures
right.
over
I
her
was
shoulder
writing
to
a
the
funny
snacks.
name on here, and you see on the
Yeah, what
little
you write?
name sticker, on the name sticker, instead of his actual name, Scorpio wrote down that his name was Percy DeRollo.
You know, as you're doing that, you show them that Tarika like gestures a thumb over her shoulder, like where the snacks are, and you guys bail before the host can come back. Look, I appreciate you all meeting me here. My thought was that we'd blend in with all the weirdos. No offense to you all, but you're not exactly the most inconspicuous. Well, apart from you, James, you're a bit inconspicuous. But I
Side-eye
didn't think
Scorpio.
about them blending in with us. And she like looks over at Ticchus. Whew. You all doing okay though? That first job with the Moonlighters contacted me saying, you know, they'd be happy to hire you all out again.
Had some complications, but nothing too terrible. Good to have some reasonably reliable employer who looks after for the contractors.
Well, I'll keep them appraised. But looks like everything went all right.
So far.
Well, listen, I hardly know where to start. A couple things. I recovered some data when you acquired what was then the Oliphant. And I'm still working on decrypting it, and I think I found the right angle to hack in. But I'll need more time. I've been a little distracted, and that actually brings me to the second thing. The big ass guy was talking about a message. I need y'all's help. She just kind of fidgets with the wrench she always carries. Look,
Well, of course, Miss Chirika, we do anything for you.
Little smile after she said, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, fellas. Thank you. Listen, it's my daughter, Shan. She's missing. She's been working for the company on some crazy terraforming project way out in the vast. Turns out the whole planet is full of life that's going to be wiped out by the project, and surprise, surprise, EdgeCore is going ahead with their plans anyway. Jeez. Look, it's just that the company picked the wrong employee if they wanted someone to stay quiet. Shan told me she'd rather ditch EdgeCore for good than carry on working like this. Thing is, I haven't heard a communique from her since then. I need you all to go out there and make sure she's safe, and if she is, bring her back safe to me. If and she'll let you.
So, I'm quite alright with that. Of course, we'd be happy to help you find you. Being honest, Miss Tarika, we didn't even know you had a daughter. So, I'm be happy to help out.
Y'all are too good to me. Look, Shan's a good kid, but she needs more than me on her side right now. Look, the planet they've been terraforming, look, there's a reason they took wanted my daughter to work there. This planet, Entha, it's a water world, almost entirely covered in oceans.
And
Right now.
hearing
Yeah, go ahead.
hearing that, Scorpio's eyes will just perk up, but he doesn't say anything yet.
Gotcha. right now, not much more than a company town. As they, terraform, they pull in other people, build up a town around that. And I think the plan is, maybe they'll close down the company town once they terraform the place. Some kind of highfalutin resort. But there's no reason for folks to just show up there unannounced. But luckily, I have a way in. The company's out there pushing all this equipment to its absolute limit, which means they need a regular influx of replacement machine parts. She hands, always passes over to Shaw. It's like a folded piece of paper with an address on it, on a shipping manifest. There's a warehouse right here on Absalom Station with the company's next delivery, waiting for pickup. Of course, though, like always, there's a bit of a catch.
Cool.
Look, this delivery job technically goes to the lowest bidder, but it might end up being a first come, first serve kind of deal. A lot of crews out there want to get in good with EdgeCorp. They think get them free delivery shows, give them Moxie or something. You'll have to hustle, maybe even convince the warehouse workers that you should load your ship instead of someone else's.
So, Shaw nods. Can you tell us which warehouse?
I wrote it down there on the sheet. It's warehouse 47C.
There.
Managed by a tricky little fellow, this Yosoki. His name's Skix. He's a bit temperamental from what I heard, so careful how you talk to him. You don't want to alienate him while you're trying to get the job.
All right. Anything else you think we should know?
Well, he says he kind of considers it's like, well, now that you mention it, I've been doing some research on the terraforming process that EdgeCorp is using out there, just to see if it might be affecting Shan. But look, a lot of these machine parts, like taps the manifest she hands you, these are highly specialized fittings. They're meant to keep the drill rig operating basically non-stop, day and night. But even so, I'll admit I'm not. I might be an engineer and a mechanic, but drills aren't exactly my area of expertise. But it seems to me, even with running it that much, these are high-end parts. There's no reason they should be burning through them at a high enough rate to need this many replacements. I guess we shouldn't look a gift Yakarja in the mouth.
The water might be breaking them down somehow. Are they designed for underwater use?
I think these drills are made for underwater use, but even so, they shouldn't be breaking down this quickly. Unless it was, I guess, an extremely toxic sea at high acid levels or something similar. But to my knowledge, it's not too far off what we would consider a standard ocean environment.
Interesting.
Look, I know you all are taking this on from me, and I'll try to find you some high-paying gigs when you get back. But
Well, if EdgeCorp's there and they're doing some stuff, perhaps there'll be some opportunities knocking while we're there. Besides which, maybe there's a... We'll see what we can do.
she kind of grins at that. Sounds good to me. Alright, I'd say the sooner the better. You can get on over to that warehouse.
Shaw kind of looks over at Kieran. Think you can fast talk your way past that little Yosoki running all the hardware?
I bet I could give it a good shot.
Hell yeah. Alright. Oh, she's like, oh, one last thing. I heard that her boss is a little scary, and I did some digging. Her boss, this, well, is this woman, Averin. Woman, well, here's the thing. It's a dragon. Running the whole construction detail.
Like a dragon, or like a. I'd point over.
Not like a dragon kin or nothing like that. Like a proper, full wings and everything dragon.
Like, how old of a dragon are we talking? Like,
How big is this? Accounts, I don't see many old records of her, so I don't think she's any crazy ancient beast or something like that. But she's not a kid either.
Well,
a dragon, though.
What kind of dragon?
Yeah.
I think she's a green dragon. I also cannot wait for you guys to see this dragon's art. It's fucking outstanding.
Sounds.
You just can't wait to use a dragon against us.
oh, it's just like I was
It's so
just
rare. I'm
noticed.
trying to think of any. I used that one in Devastation Arc. I think that was the first dragon I'd used in a hot minute in Starfinder.
As I was just commenting, Waka thought he was done with the dragons after yesterday.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, so did I.
Can't get out that easily. Pull you all back in.
And this time I'm not immortal.
That's true. Yeah, you're not the most ridiculous tank. All right. I think that's a good pause in place for next time. We'll come back in, try to fast talk Skix, the Yosoki warehouse manager, into getting these parts. All right, a little pro bono work from the crew this time. Change of pace.
I'm willing to bet there's going to be opportunities to make a quick buck or two while we're there.
I mean, come
Perhaps
on, we're not about
fuck
to
the
ask.
corporation over.
We're not about to ask Tarika for money. I mean, come on, look at that face. How can we say no to that face?
It's very.
I'll ask her for money.
I don't give a fuck. I need those credits. Oh my god. Alright. We shall pick it up. I think. Hold on. I'll double check and message you guys later. I do have another one of those all staff meetings on one of the Thursdays this month, and I gotta check which one it is.
Okay.
Okay.
It's either next
All right.
one or the 27th, which is the week after, but I'll let you guys know.
Cool.
Alright.
All right.
Talk to you guys later.
Ben, I sent you a link.
Oh, okay. I'll go check that in a second. Alright.
So, all right, guys.